time for Neanderthal. Time for the Neanderthal. Brace for intro monologue.
I think we're going live now. Here we go. Hello, my name is Ryan Westa. This is Neanderthal Podcast.
Sweet. What's up? I'm Brandon Patrick, comedian. That's it. That's all I do.
Brandon Patrick.
Yep.
You know, I feel bad for people that have two first names.
Why?
You miss out on getting called by a last name. How many Brandons were there in your school?
A lot. I went to school in Norman, Oklahoma, so it was mostly Brandons.
Yeah.
I got Black Brandon. So even if I would have,
What?
no matter what it would have been Black Brandon. That's what it became. Because I was the only black kid.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I was the only black kid in my school until I was in third grade.
Until you were in third grade?
Yeah. Then we got two more. They're from Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so
they were like OG black.
And you probably couldn't really relate to them then.
No, not at all.
That's like a completely different culture.
And they couldn't even relate to each other. They were from different parts of Africa.
Oh, really?
They just coincidentally came.
Wow.
And we were so fucked up, we made them pretend to be cousins.
No.
It was easier for us to believe that they were cousins than for us to believe that two people independently from Africa came to Norman, Oklahoma. So we were like, you guys are cousins, right?
Right.
They were like, no.
No.
We're like, no, but you're cousins.
Yeah. Well, what if they just threw you in there too?
No, they knew that I wasn't. Like
obviously, but you know,
yeah. I'm brown. They're black.
They're black. Like
they were like black.
Somalian or. Who's the blackest of the black?
Zach was from.
Nigerian?
No. He was from.
I'm saying they're pretty black, right?
Oh yeah. Sudanese are pretty black.
There it is. That's
Probably
right. Sudanese.
Uganda's pretty black. Malawi. Anywhere in the middle of the country where it's just heat.
Heat all the time. Probably little shade.
Very little shade. This dude was. One of the dudes was super black. The other guy was like. He was pretty black, and I was Hispanic at that point.
Right.
They were like, "Hey, all right."
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. I was Black Brandon. Yeah.
Why were you in Norman, Oklahoma?
So my mom she worked at the college there.
Okay.
And my dad went to the school, so.
Right on.
That's where I started it.
And you lived there for most of your life, or what?
I lived there until 5th grade, then I moved to New Orleans. I lived there for 6 years, and I went back to Norman for high school.
Oh,
yeah.
By choice?
Yeah. Well, so when you grow up around...
You want to get right on the mic a little.
Oh, my bad. When you grow up around just white people, and then you move to New Orleans, which was just black people.
Right.
It was just like such a culture shift, and I got picked on like every single day. And it was like, I'm either going to have to start...
Wait, in Oklahoma or in
New Orleans.
You got picked on every single day?
Yeah. They were like, you're not black enough. And I had...
You're like, it's not my fault. I grew up around white people.
Right.
What am I supposed to do?
I had so much facial hair that they thought I was an undercover cop. So it was just every day.
That's funny.
I was like, okay, all right, I need to go back to...
Oh, wow. So it really affected you. It wasn't they weren't like playing with you. They were like for real.
It was like a for real,
Oh, that's like real bullying.
Yeah, it was like you're not going to make it throughout the day without someone fucking with you.
Really?
Like, I don't think I ever made it through a day without...
Damn.
Some level of, like, my safety being checked, you know? And so I was like, let me just go back to what I know.
Did you have any friends?
Yeah, I had a bunch of friends from Oklahoma still that I kind of kept touch with.
No, I mean like in New Orleans when you went there. I didn't make any.
I had a few. So I ended up going to a private school for a little bit, which was more white people. It was mostly white people. But then I just had some discipline problems from like having to fight all the time.
Yeah.
So like I just kind of had that fighter mentality where like if anyone like slighted me in any way, it was like
a little chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And plus, at that age, you got your hormones going crazy. Just
all boys,
and you're frustrated.
Too.
All boys school. Oh shit!
It was it was fights all the time. So they're like, you can't be here. But I was in band, so I'd made friends with some girls that were in the other school's band because our bands combined.
Okay.
And so I had those. I'm still friends to this day with some of those people. But
nice.
Like, No, I didn't really have a lot of friends, so I was happy to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I lived in New Orleans up until like age 16, so I never got to see fun New Orleans until
What years? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 30 now.
You're 30
so,
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're talking 2002.
Okay.
Was I think when I left in 2005. No, I left in 2004. Yeah, and then I did 2 years in Oklahoma. And I did college, but I just now went back to New Orleans as an adult.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this town is fucking dope. There's so much fun to be had here. Like,
when you're not getting picked on every day.
when you're not getting picked on, and when you're like able to buy alcohol, you're able to just walk the streets and like, there's no problems. Dude,
Yeah.
I would live there now.
Yeah.
I would live there.
That'd get old.
It would. It would get.
That'd get old real quick.
We still have a house there. That's far enough away from it, from like Bourbon Street and all that.
Right.
That I think I could dig it, but I don't know. I don't think comedy's very strong in New Orleans. New Orleans is a music town.
Right.
It's always gonna be.
Right.
So.
I actually I went to high school in Louisiana myself.
Where at?
Shreveport area.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we went to. I remember my first trip to New Orleans, and I was about probably 16,
Yeah.
and it was with one of those cool moms. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So she didn't give a fuck.
Dude, New Orleans is so unregulated.
Oh, this was in the 90s. This probably would have been 96, 95.
Yep.
Completely different era. Even completely different than what you probably
Oh,
grew
yeah.
up in. Like, I'm telling you, it was, looking back on it now, that shit was like the wild, wild west. I mean,
It
I was
still
16,
is.
and I was a fresh-faced little cutie. I mean, if a priest walked by, he was snatching me up real
yeah.
quick. And they just let me buy alcohol.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Just walk in the street.
Anywhere.
You're walking by cops with Hurricanes. Hurricanes is the big drink down there. It's like $5, and it's just like all 151 basically.
Yeah.
That's what it tastes like.
Hurricanes and I think hand grenades are the other one.
Yeah.
And you can just, it's one of the only places you can buy something in a bar and then
Walk
to
right out.
another bar.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I don't know if that's a good idea, man. Like,
Well, when I was there, they had, so now if you just go down to Power and Light, there's people selling hot dogs and bratwursts on carts. They had that on Bourbon Street with daiquiris and stuff.
Yeah.
Just little carts. Just here you go. Bourbon Street is like, people a lot of times, I think, they know it's kind of a party town, but they don't know.
they're not prepared.
And they just think Mardi Gras is like once a year. Dude, there's not a parade there every day, but every day is Mardi Gras down there. It is.
Yeah.
It's
you can
all,
have a parade any day.
yeah.
You just call them up and say, I want to have a parade. And you can just have a parade.
Right.
New Orleans is wild, dude.
It is.
It's hard to believe it's part of the U.S. Like, it feels like.
Even now, it's been a long time since I've been back. I'd love to go back and experience that as an
Yeah.
adult.
It feels like a foreign country that a bunch of Americans moved to. Because the language is a little bit different.
Yep.
It's a little bit slower. Like, I couldn't imagine being from somewhere fast like New York and
And
then
going
going
down
to New
there.
Orleans. Because New Orleans, they're so relaxed. It's like, I remember ordering food, and it took so long to get there that I was getting mad.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, you just wait.
Yeah.
You just, until it happens. And that's when it happens, you know? Like, don't be in a rush for anything in New Orleans, you know?
That's for sure. Did you miss the food? Did you eat good when you were
Yeah.
down there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like isn't that the hardest thing to move away from? Is just
Oh, yeah. And then go back to Norman, where, like, Oklahoma's not known for anything culinary.
right.
And Louisiana's big on seafood and, like, all of that. And so to
Flavor.
yeah.
Just straight flavor.
Not even have seafood as an option
Yeah.
was definitely a hit. You know, it was like McDonald's is kind of suffering in like New Orleans, like all those fast
yeah.
food places, because it's like, why would you go there?
Ooh, how's like what's the Louisiana one? Popeyes.
Popeyes doing well.
Does it do good down there?
Popeyes doing well,
All right.
because people who don't want all of the flavor, they'll go to Popeyes. 'Cause
Louisiana fast.
yeah, they'll
Yeah.
go there. They'll go there. Because it's It's like just like authentic enough to where they're like, I'm still getting the experience. It's like you're not, but okay.
Right.
Yeah. Like this is a very commercial product.
It's
like,
yeah. It really is. Yeah. It's hard to get. People often, they say often imitated, never duplicated. I mean, like, I'm sure you've been to Jazz, Louisiana Kitchen.
Yeah.
That ain't. I mean, it's if you got a craving for it, it'll itch that craving.
It's
It'll
close.
scratch that craving for a minute, but it's nothing like.
Yeah.
It's nothing like the real thing.
The one in Lawrence used to do a comedy show, and if you did the comedy show, you got a $50 gift certificate.
Dang.
And I was like, I'm just gonna use this all tonight. And I just got a bunch of shit that I remembered from being a kid. I was like, boudin balls, yeah, throw them in. Catfish, throw it in.
Yeah.
Gumbo, throw it in. Jambalaya.
Yeah.
And it was all close enough to where I was like, yeah, I mean, it's not like the restaurants I know, but it's
Right.
close.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, yeah,
It's like the Applebee's version.
there you go. That's a
of,
great comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a New Orleans Applebee's.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It'd be a good place to go if you were about to go to New Orleans and you wanted to see if you could handle
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But New Orleans will make something so spicy and not tell you about it. Like as a kid,
Oh yeah. They'll just expect
they'll
you
just
to.
be like, "Oh, you can't handle
This
that?"
is how we eat it. Get used to it.
It's like,
Yep.
"Oh, this is only hot." It's like, "Yeah, that's what we like."
Yep.
It's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
It is cool. I love spice. Funny thing is, yeah, we kind of have a. I don't know. It's interesting. I went from a culture shock too, from the west side of South Dakota. So
Okay.
I was living there and then moved to Louisiana. And so where I went from not really seeing any black people to getting put right into the mix.
Right in the middle, Shreveport's.
Boom, here we go.
There's a base there, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Shreveport's an interesting place in that it's like it's almost East Texas in a little bit.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It
like
is,
It almost
yeah.
feels like Texas
Yep.
because it definitely doesn't feel like New Orleans.
It's definitely not as southern
yeah.
as once you go a little further down, like maybe
Once you hit Baton Rouge,
I was just gonna say Baton
Yeah,
Rouge.
it
Yeah.
turns into like, oh, this is a different place.
Yeah.
We're somewhere else.
We're not in America
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah. This is We
And
need to
even
be
Baton
careful.
Rouge, to a degree, has got the school, so like that's kind of a weird melting pot of like
Right.
different, because people just go to LSU from anywhere, so it's not necessarily like the southern
Yeah.
thing that New Orleans has become. Like New Orleans is such a weird place.
It is a weird place.
Such a weird place. Like,
It's got such a weird history. And
yeah,
it's got just weird shit going on. Think about any of the places that heavily involve voodoo.
Yep.
And how weird those places are. I mean, you can't pretend that's not having some kind of effect on a
on everything,
yeah.
and you see it everywhere. Like, we went for my grandma's funeral earlier in the year, and WrestleMania was in town.
Nice.
They're doing WrestleMania in New Orleans.
Nice.
And so people were dressed up as like wrestlers, and like
Yeah.
my sisters had never seen New Orleans really, and they're like, "Oh, is that?" I'm like, "That's both unusual and typical."
Right.
Like,
yeah.
if it wasn't WWE, it would be something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
They might all be dressed like Batman or Captain America or something.
Or a
but, like,
cosplay.
yeah, there's something gonna
Furry.
happen.
A furry. Those furries.
Furries,
Man, I've never actually had an encounter with them, but I dream of it.
I've seen furries in the wild.
Man.
And it's not.
It's not as pretty as I imagine. You think?
Well, it's okay. So
Is it kind of hot?
no,
A little bit.
not to me. So you're interacting with a person who doesn't have a face.
Right.
You can't see their face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're interacting with someone and they have a painted on smile, but you don't know, you can't read intent. You can't
yeah.
read their action. You don't know what's going on
Yeah.
behind the dinosaur head or whatever it is. And it's just this smiling thing interacting with you. And it's like this person could rob me. They could stick me up. Like anything could happen. And it's because I can't read this person.
Sure.
It's a weird, unnerving thing to encounter a furry,
Huh.
especially a group of them. They kind of surround you, like 4 of them, and it's like, dude, what is this?
What are you doing, weirdo?
Yeah, I can't.
Why aren't you dressed up?
Yeah, I can't even hurt this person. Like,
Yeah.
and there's padding everywhere. Like, oh, dude, avoid furries. I used to work at the Red Robin in Liberty,
Red Robin.
Yum.
Yep.
And the worst thing you could do is have to be the bird, because we never clean that costume.
I didn't know you guys had a bird.
Yeah, there's a bird.
Huh. What's the bird do? Does he give balloons away or something?
Gives out balloons, and he gives out, like, I think it was just balloons. But he, like, hugs kids and stuff. And, like, the thing is, if you're a server, your thing is you got to flip tables fast. You know, you got to.
Oh, yeah.
But then you got to go be a bird.
Servers had to be the bird?
Servers had to be the bird.
Oh, no. I ain't having none of that.
Yeah. So
I was a server for a while, and I wouldn't even sing birthday songs with the people.
Birthday songs suck, man.
Yeah, I don't do that shit.
It's like, dude,
I ain't getting no fucking bird.
Yeah, no, dude.
Woo!
It was hot. It wasn't cleaned.
Right.
So it just smelled like the last person's sweat. And you just got to walk around the entire perimeter of the restaurant, high-fiving, hugging kids.
Right.
And it's like, that's 30 minutes out of your day.
Dang, 30 minutes?
Just about, yeah, from like set up to put up.
Oh, yeah.
That you're not talking to your tables. So it's like,
yep.
you're just throwing away all those tips because you're not getting them.
You're not.
Dude, it was excruciating.
Did the kids love it?
It was a mix of like love and fear, because some kids really can't handle that. They really, like, they just can't.
Yeah.
And then some kids, they just love it.
Okay.
But then you get complaints because, like, the head gets really hot.
Yeah.
Because all the heat rises.
Right.
Head gets super hot. So as soon as you get behind the little break, you want to take that head off. And, you know, your manager's like, you can't take the head off till you get
away from the
like,
kids
way,
where they
way,
can't
way
see
away.
you.
And I remember one time I was like, fuck it, I'm taking the head off. I took the head off. And then, like, 3 kids were just freaking out.
Really?
Like, just like, they thought that I had killed the bird.
Like you were some kind of parasite
yeah,
bursting
like
out of its head.
Out of it. And they were like, dude, it was awful. And I got fired from that job. So.
Oh.
Yeah. I got fired from most jobs.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they always your fault?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's like the best? You got any good stories where like I went out? This was I got fired and it was worth it. Like, did you have any?
Oh yeah. So my first CD I recorded last year is all about me getting fired from different jobs. So like one job, the guy tried to fire me for. What did he try to fire me for? I can't remember what he tried to fire me for. He tried to fire me. He writes the paperwork. Oh, you know what it was? Okay, so every Wednesday, I worked at a place called Groupon.
Oh yeah, I know Groupon.
Yeah, every Wednesday at Groupon, we would have a pizza party.
Nice.
So you go in the break room, pizzas. And this is Chicago, so it was like different pizzas from
Oh,
different restaurants.
legit pizza.
So it was always great pizza. And this is like 5 weeks I'm having great pizzas. Week 6, I'm like, I'm not even bringing lunch, you know?
Yeah.
I know it's about to happen. You know? Week 7, I don't bring my lunch because I know
right.
what it is.
Right.
And there's no pizza.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, it's late, not a big deal. And I'm talking to this girl, and she's like, you didn't read your email? I was like, I've never read any of my emails. Like, I don't think I even set my email up.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, we stopped pizza parties.
Oh no.
I was like, nah.
No, not today.
So I know that there's a place called Giordano's.
I've heard of that. That's a famous one, right?
Yeah, that's the big one.
What's the other one? Isn't there another competing one?
What is it?
Godfathers?
No.
GGOs.
Yeah, GGOs.
That,
yeah.
Okay. I've heard of those ones.
Yeah, but Giordano's was like, if you're going to take a tourist to Chicago, that's where you take them.
Is that deep dish?
Yeah. It's like a lasagna, basically. So I was like, I know that they'll deliver a pizza. I know they'll deliver a bunch of pizzas. We were getting paid pretty well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, now we're going to have a pizza party. And I send out like this chat to everybody, like, hey, what kind of pizza do you want? And nobody responds. I'm like, guys, come on. What kind of pizza do you want?
Right.
Nobody responds. I'm like, all right, now I'm going to make it like asshole mode. So I ordered 6 pizzas.
Wow.
Had
That's nice of you.
Delivered to Groupon from Andrew, who was our supervisor, to Brandon. So all the pizzas said to Brandon on them. So people would walk by my desk and like, oh, you got the pizzas? I'm like, yeah, but you said you don't want these. So,
Oh, damn.
so I'd like lick them and I'd throw the slice away.
Damn.
Like just to be an asshole.
Damn.
Like just to be like, yo, you took this from me and then you didn't participate. You don't get to hang.
Whew.
And so people were getting pissed, and they were like messaging Andrew like, "Hey,"
And it smells good. Pizza's smelling up the whole place, and they're wanting that pizza so bad.
Open seating so everyone smells it.
Oh shit!
They're messaging him like, "Dude, what the fuck? Brandon's the worst employee. Like, why would you reward him? Like, we're going back and forth." He was away from his desk, so he comes back to his desk like,
right, flooded of emails.
and so he's like, "Guys, I don't know what this is. I don't know what happened." And I'm like, "You know exactly what happened." And I take a picture of the receipt. It says from Andrew to Brandon. I'm like, "Just admit I'm your favorite, just to be a dick." And he's like, he's freaking out, and he's like kind of a coward. So he's like, "All right, guys, next week, everyone can have like a one-topping pizza of their choice." And I'm like, "One topping? Yo, I'm over here sitting on Flavor Town. Like, are you telling me you like me more than the whole team? That's crazy." He's like, "Okay, fine. Everyone gets whatever pizza they want."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's what I'm talking about. Pizza party's back." And so I go home. I come back the next day. He's like, "I need to talk to my office." I go to his office. He's got on the paper, like on the desk, termination papers. He's like, "I need you to sign these." And I was like, "Nah, I got stuff to do."
Yeah.
I just walked away. He's like, "You have to sign it." I'm like, "If I sign it, I'm fired, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just not going to sign it then." I just went back to work, and he was like, probably for 2 hours confused because like he thought he was going to fire me.
Yeah.
And I just said no.
No, you're not gonna. Not today.
Yeah, he was like, and I just saw like everyone from HR going to his office and coming out, like going in. Like he was consulting, like,
Yeah.
what do I do if this guy says he doesn't want to be fired? Like, and so finally they call me up to the 6th floor, which is where HR is. And it's like this room where there's like a big ass table.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "First thing, guys, how'd you get this table in this room?" And they're like, "This is not the time to talk about the table." And I was like, "No, you're about to fire me. So like, this is the best time to talk about the table.
I'm not gonna get another shot
Yeah, I
at
was
talking
like,
about
this is
this
the
table.
Only chance
It's gonna
I'll
bother
ever
me the
get."
rest of my life. How
Yeah.
did you?
And they were like, "Okay, it's several different segments. We put them together in the room." I was like, "That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say."
Holy shit!
And so they were like, "So do you know what this is about?" I'm like, "Yeah, he wants to fire me." And they're like, "You know why he wants to fire you?" I was like, "Because I threw a fake pizza party." And they were like, "We said it was insubordination." I'm like, "No, it's about a pizza party." I'm like, "Well, you, what?" I'm like, "Yeah, I threw a fake pizza party, and he's really upset about it." And so they called him. They're like, "Andrew, why are we terminating Brandon?" He's like, "Okay, Brandon threw a fake real pizza party." And they were like, "You can't use those two words back to back like that." And he's like, "Well, he threw a fake pizza party, but it became a real pizza party." And they're like, "Andrew, you can't fire someone for that. Like that's not in the handbook. Like,
Right.
that's being a dick. You
Yeah.
can't fire someone for that." And he's like, "Oh, so I can't fire him?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Wait, I'm not fired?" I was like, "Oh man, tight."
Holy shit!
So they didn't fire me. So I got to go back to work, and then he like later found some bullshit like, "Oh, you were late."
Of course he did.
Like, dude, he was on the hunt.
Of
after
course.
that. It was like 2 weeks. I knew once I walked out of that office.
Oh
like,
yeah.
it's on. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna find something.
Any little thing.
Yep. He got me like because he started writing me up for shit. Like he used to never write me up, but it was like, "You didn't put your name tag on your lunch bag."
I would have gone after him for some kind of harassment.
I shouldn't care. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was one of those things where
I mean, I
like,
guess it depends on if it's at your job that you're wanting to be at for a real long time or not. But
no, I didn't.
yeah.
Like the average tenure there was like 1 year. So
Oh,
like,
okay,
I
yeah.
knew that I wasn't gonna make a career out of
Right.
Groupon customer service. So I was like, "Hey, bye."
Peace out.
Yeah.
Another job I can find.
Yeah, and I ended up working for Uber corporate for a while, which was a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah.
But that's probably the only job I never got fired from.
Just quit it.
Yeah. Well, my dad got sick back in Kansas City, and so I came back here. But that's the only job I think I've had as an adult that I didn't get fired from.
Is Kansas City home to you now? Or
For now, yeah.
for now? You don't
Yeah.
kind of a gypsy, just kind of claim a few different spots?
Dude, I could live anywhere.
Yeah.
I really think I could live anywhere.
That's the shit. I'm the same way.
Like, I was in Manhattan this weekend. I was like, I could fucking live here.
I've never been.
Really?
Really.
I was
I
in-
think I would freak out a little bit.
It's big.
Right? Is it scary? When was the first time you've been there? Do you remember like the first time going there? Was it kind of overwhelming?
First time was last January.
Yeah.
It was definitely overwhelming. You look up a lot.
Yeah.
Like you just mostly, oh, okay. You're not used to like, even if you think you're used to big buildings, you're not.
Right.
You're not.
Not to that scale,
Like
huh?
go walk around downtown Kansas City and you're looking up a little bit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude. And then like with New York, you'll just see some shit that you've seen from a movie or like a TV show.
Oh,
like,
yeah. How fun would that be?
That. Like you're just walking. And so I did a club called Caroline's last year.
Okay, yeah, I know
New
that.
York.
Yeah.
And
That's Louis C.K. club, right?
Yeah, he's there a lot. A block from Caroline's in Manhattan is Times Square.
Oh, wow. Is that close?
Yeah, it's like right there.
Nice.
And so I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I got a hotel, cheap hotel, $80
Really?
on like right off Times Square.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. But like I'm walking, I'm like, that's where TRL used to be.
Oh, yeah?
That's where this used to be. That's
Nice.
that. Like you just start seeing the stuff. You're like, dude, this is everything I recognize from like movies and shit.
I want to go and I want to see all the old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie scenes.
Yeah, they're there.
I bet they are.
I made the mistake. So I wear Jordans a lot.
Yeah.
I just got into Jordans and I had like this brand new pair of Jordans. I was riding the train with them and I was very drunk. And this dude like just walked behind me. He was like, "Hey man, what's your size?"
Oh, no.
I was like, I know what that means. I was like, 9. He's like, too small, homie. And they like walked off. I was like, thank God. Photos, they were really 10s, but I was like,
Right. I would have looked at his feet and guessed
Yeah.
way off. Yeah.
I was like, dude, yeah, I can't be making these mistakes anymore.
Yeah. Wow,
So,
that's wow.
Yeah, it's like small stuff like that, and like, however fast you think you should be walking at any given time, you need to walk twice that fast, just about. Like, I was damn near running to keep up with, because what happens is there's like a mob of people walking.
Yeah, you see that.
And you get like stuck in this mob, almost like Mardi Gras.
That's why I'm saying I'd be overwhelmed.
Yeah, you get stuck in this mob, and it's like if you're going too slow, you're getting pushed.
Really?
You're not- there's no patient people in New York. Like even the nicest, kindest, like sweetest small woman is like, get the fuck out of my way. It's like, okay.
Wow.
People aren't polite there. Like
Yeah.
that's like the stereotype, but like people are not polite there. Like small courtesies, like
Please and thank you.
please and thank you, that's gone. Like,
Holding the door open for people.
yeah, smiling at people that pass is gone. Like asking for directions is like super taboo. Don't
Really?
ask for directions from anybody under 45, I would say.
Under 45
Under
don't.
40, it's not worth it.
Really?
It's not worth it.
What are they going to do to you?
They're not going to do anything to you. They're
I mean,
just,
what are they going
you
to
know,
say? They're just going to look at you like, pfft.
Hey, man, you got a fucking phone.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
This day and age, I guess. Why would
Dude.
you ask anybody?
but then you ask someone over 45, and they're like, they assume you're local. So they give you like, all right, go up 128th to 144. And it's like, okay, I'll get the map.
That's the confusing thing is it's so many numbers that go both ways.
Yeah, so the
I don't
streets
understand
go
that.
one way and the avenues go the other way. So
Oh.
streets are north and south, avenues are east west.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So like you could be like 122nd and second, and it's like
But
that's confusing.
yeah, but if it's 102nd Street and 104th Avenue or whatever.
Yeah, it's like street first and avenue.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the way you give directions there.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah,
I guess that's why New Yorkers they just have that, a New Yorker when you
oh yeah,
know a New Yorker. That's why it really is just a whole crazy culture just built in all kinds of things, even to the way they walk, like how
Dude.
fast they walk.
and so there's like 30 neighborhoods on Manhattan alone,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all different. And so like you're walking, and then it's like, yo, why are these signs in Spanish? And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, that's where they live. And like, you just look around, and it's like, oh, these neighborhoods are like, it's very ethnically done. So like Hell's Kitchen, Irish,
Right.
Harlem, Black, Spanish Harlem, Hispanic, little Cuban, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Chinatown.
Chinatown, Koreatown, like it's all very much that. But then there's like the gentrifiers who are like also there.
Oh, fuck them.
So like
Aren't they the worst? Aren't they just...
they're fascinating because like
They are. That's
you'll
a
see
good
these
word.
Historically, like bad neighborhoods,
Mm-hmm.
and so like my hotel strategy for a long time was Tinder. Like I would just get to a town and it's like, all right, who can I smash and crash?
Right.
Yeah,
No standards, just a
no,
place to
just
stay.
boom, 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 boom. And I remember,
That's what I would be like too.
yeah, I remember third night I was there,
How many bullets did you have to bite?
none,
Come on.
none.
There wasn't any like, just
There
like,
was-
hey, I do not want to, but damn, I have got to have a bed tonight.
Closest I got was there was a cute girl. She's in BedStuy, which is Brooklyn,
Okay.
which is like it's like an hour by train. And I get there, and if you have a roach in your house, you know there's probably 5 more roaches somewhere,
Yeah.
but you certainly don't see those 5 roaches.
Nope.
I got to this chick's house. She was with me on the train. We're walking back. We get into her apartment. We turn the light on, and they scatter. It looked like the carpet moved. I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
yo, what's that? She's like, oh, those are roaches. I was like, not a fan of that. And then we got to her bedroom, and her bed was on the floor. I was like,
Like,
nah, I'm going back.
yeah. Wow.
I went. That's why I got the hotel in Times Square. I
Yeah.
was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Wow.
But then I met this girl the next night, and she worked in advertising. She had a penthouse or not a penthouse, but like a really nice, like, beautiful ass spot. And she was like, we're going to hook up, and then you're going to go down the hall to your room.
Ooh.
I was like, okay. She's like, that room has everything. It's got a disposable razor, toothbrush, soaps, like shampoos,
Wow.
whatever you need for the day. But like, I'll be gone by the time you wake up. Let yourself out. On the way out, talk to the concierge. She'll get you a card or wherever you need to
That
go.
is a unicorn.
I was like, and you're gonna fuck me?
Right?
Oh my god!
Wow.
She was incredible. She had.
Did you find her at the end of a rainbow? Like, that's insane. You don't, that's,
It was like,
I mean, I guess I
pure
believe you,
luck.
but that's insane.
no, it was luck.
Wow.
And it was one of those situations where it was like, she was a fan of comedy. She works in advertising. I do comedy, and I was in advertising, like, tangentially.
Yeah.
So she knew we'd have something to talk about. And she knew, like when I do Tinder, I tell them, like, hey, I'm here from this date to this date. Like, she knew I wasn't going to be like a stalker. Like,
Right.
hey, can I come back? Like, but, dude, came to the club. We hung out. Took a car back to her place. Her place had, like, window views, like ceiling to floor windows
Wow.
of, like, Central Park.
I'd have been taking pictures.
Now I had to put my phone in a basket.
I bet you did.
Yeah, she was like,
I bet.
she does a very good job, and she was like, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
I was like,
I'm
I
sure you
get it.
did. Yeah. Like,
I was like,
whatever.
Under ideal circumstances, I would be telling you to put your phone up. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, but hey,
One day.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, she was amazing. She had, like, I went to her bedroom, or to my bedroom in her place.
Right.
There was a terrycloth,
Cheese rag.
like a no, like the what are they called? Robe,
Oh, yeah.
just for like after the shower. Like super nice sheets. The whole room had like Google Home, so you could turn the TV on, and like,
Wow.
dude, I was like, this is some throwaway shit. But then I started getting paranoid. I was like, yo, if she has this, like, how many dudes are coming through? Like, if she has,
Oh, she's a professional.
yeah, no, she's done this.
She does. No, she hasn't done this. She does
Yeah,
this.
this is her second occupation.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't mad at it. You got to look at it like she's like, this is a need I need fulfilled.
Yep,
I'm not going to do it with just any random.
yep.
I want someone that's, I can talk to, and then, yeah, that's awesome.
And then, like, sequester him off to his own.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't be upset about that if it was a dude doing stuff like that.
I'm not even upset.
not-
I just,
But you wouldn't even think about it.
looking at the transactional nature of it, it's like, dude, that's well thought out. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I don't have anything like that. I have, at best, a little toothbrush you can have at my place, but I don't have a separate room for you to go to
Oh, yeah.
collect yourself, you know?
I got a size 12 boot.
Yeah. No, she was
I was
like, I just don't like people sleeping in the same bed as me.
I wish I could see the face of it over there. This is new. This is interesting. I'm gonna interrupt. We've got like
Yeah.
two other people in the room here, and it's like interesting, and I love it. But it's like I feel like I don't know. You guys want to say hi real quick? We got
One of them's totally
we
hidden.
got Brendan, and we got
She's not.
somebody else hiding.
She don't want to be on.
You'll
No,
never see her.
no. So I just completely started talking to you, and you're a comedian.
Yeah.
We should talk about that. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
dope. How long you been how long would you call yourself a comedian? Like
9 years total.
Oh, okay. So you're starting to get into it. Like, don't they say kind of like 10 years, and that's when you kind of start really
Hopefully.
like
That'd be nice.
maybe not blow up, but I mean like you start really feeling your chops and like I've put 10 years in. Like you really
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely the best in the city.
This city?
Yeah, without even thinking about it.
really
Yeah.
nice.
I wouldn't. But that doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? That's just it's a stop on the road. But like
Well, Kansas City's a fairly good comedy town, right?
sometimes,
I mean, like-
it comes and goes. A lot of people move out and go to different places.
But as far as like, there's a couple clubs here, and there's like people seem to
Yeah.
enjoy it, right? Like they come out and support it.
Not
Right?
locally. They'll come to the club, like they'll go to the Improv and see comedy, but they won't go. So I used to have a show at the Rhino.
Okay, I guess I
Every-
assumed. All I know is Stanford and Sons and the Improv.
Yeah, Stanford's closed.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, all those dudes died.
Wait, oh yeah, we got
Yeah.
up here on the screen here.
Okay, so
We got Improv Comedy Club.
That's real. Casey Improv Company. That's like improv. Like
I have heard
right?
about that. Yeah.
Same with Comedy City. That's not like stand up. Those bottom two aren't stand up.
Okay.
But I mean, they're cool places. I've been to both of them.
Okay, that's what I was assuming
Yeah.
as far as Kansas City comedy. I didn't. So what's the Rhino?
The Rhino is a music venue.
Okay.
On Armour Road up north.
Oh, up
We
North
used to have
Kansas
a
City.
show-
Okay.
Yeah. We used to have a show our last show was yesterday,
Okay.
but we just had to kill it because no one was coming. You know,
Mm.
it was we'd be paying guys to come from out of state. You know, it's like here's $500, and then we would just eat $500 because no one would come at the door,
Oh.
and it's like, dude, we got to find a better way.
Yeah.
We just never did. It's really hard to get with stand-up comedy. The quality varies so highly. Like you don't know if someone's just gonna offend your sensibilities and not be funny about it. So a lot of people
Yeah.
just don't take that risk, or
Especially
they go and
this day and
see-
age, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's.
or they'll see something that they know, like they'll know that it's proven. Like they'll go to a comedy club because the comedy club's not gonna have, just whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a thoroughly vetted, tested thing, and so a lot of people just aren't willing to take a shot on local comedy, and it sucks. It really sucks because there are funny locals, but they're not getting that chance
Yeah.
in front of an actual audience. It's your friends, and I'm very big on your friends aren't your fans, and your fans aren't your friends. Like
Sure. You're
You
not
have to
going to
draw.
get the opinion, a truthful opinion.
you just have to draw a clear line. I mean, it's
Right.
just not. It's not safe or fair to treat them interchangeably.
Right.
Like I say that and I still fuck fans, but
You got to.
why have them?
Yeah.
Like if you really love what I do,
Yeah.
love some other stuff I do, which is it's
I mean, that's one of the reasons you get into it, I imagine.
for sure,
I mean,
perks.
perks.
The appeal of like meeting new people in different cities, it's huge.
Right.
I've seen it destroy a lot of people's lives because you can't really handle it. I've seen married guys go in, and then all of a sudden women are like interested in them that would have never been interested, and they got married young,
Yeah.
and like now like hot women are available.
Yeah.
Like, they might not have been available when they got married. and
Sure.
so they're making mistakes, and it's like, dude, you should have to be a professional. Like
Yeah.
even about like hooking up, you have to be a professional. You have to be kind to these people. I mean, you have to really like. It's more work than you'd think it would be.
Okay.
You have to put in a lot more work and a lot more effort to not come off as an asshole.
When you're hooking up,
Yeah, because if you come off as an asshole, then like,
you lost a fan.
well, you lost the fan, and what story are they gonna tell?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Next thing you know, you got a tiny dick and couldn't screw for more than
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, anything could happen. you
Yep.
know? He was an asshole. He beat me. Whatever. He
Right.
blah blah blah. And you just got to be a good person. And it's at odds with wanting to hook up with people. but
Yeah.
Also being a good person. It's like not.
Have you had any bad encounters, like any situations afterwards where they kind of, had a bad experience or were saying shit or anything like that? Or has that had been any issues like that at all?
I've had like comedians like say shit about me and be like, "Oh, he's this, he's that," and it's like,
Because they're just being haters or what?
I don't know what it is. It's like, but anytime they've come out with something crazy, I've been like, "Cool, back," like instead of going on the attack, I'm like, "Okay, explain your side,"
Right.
and then they can't.
Yeah.
They freeze up when you don't attack them because they're expecting a fight.
Okay.
And so I go, like, this girl was like, "Brandon's a creep." I'm like, "How am I a creep? How have I creeped you out?
Yeah.
You personally?"
Yeah.
She was like, "What? Well, I've just seen how you interact with other people." I'm like, "But what did they say
More
about
specifically,
it?"
yeah.
Yeah. Did they say that it was creepy? So what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Like, put yourself in someone else's shoes and they're not saying anything. And like, you feel like you have, that's weird, isn't it? And
People are
so-
weird.
Yeah. So that usually gets shut down. But like, the only thing I really run into that I kind of hate is like, I'll hook up with a girl in a city and then I'll come back to that city and she's like, "Oh, we're going to do that again."
We're
And it's
expecting
like,
it again.
It's like, no, that's what a relationship is. Like, no, like we can hang out, but like,
I want to try a different flavor.
I might be doing something. I might just be on some different shit.
Sure.
I've been traveling with my Xbox lately.
Hell yeah. What you playing?
Right now, I've been doing the Fallout beta. It's mostly been Fallout. Yeah, it's pretty anticlimactic.
I knew you were a gamer just by your
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
And it's not even a gaming shirt, but I just
It's
knew.
like a shirt a gamer would wear.
It is.
I've been-
I almost wore my Nintendo shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been bringing the Xbox on the road a lot more, and so like, girls like, "What's the plan?" And it's like, the plan is to go back to the hotel and play some video games and wake up before the hotel breakfast is done. That's what the plan is.
Yep. Nice.
And it's like, you're not trying to hook up?
Nope.
No, that's so much. I'm 30 now. Like, days are not behind me, but like,
Huh.
they're certainly dwindling.
Huh.
Like as priorities sort of shift.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I need to focus on this. I need to get 4 hours of sleep. You know what I mean?
You gotta be professional about it.
Yeah. Like I used to be able to just like hook up all night, play video games all day,
Right.
and then go drive 10 hours. Now
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do one of those things,
Yeah.
and I can't do two of them. Like, I did Cincinnati 3 weeks ago.
Are you driving to all these gigs? Most of them, or what?
I'll drive anywhere 12 hours.
Okay, that makes sense.
But
That's
more
about
than 12 I'll fly.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
12 hours is probably the max. That's like a 1-day trip.
Yeah, and it's a rough day.
Yeah, I've done plenty of 12-hour trips. That is about the max where you're like, all right,
After a while,
I've
you
done
start
it.
going crazy. Like, you're just in a car and you're like,
yeah. I used to like if you see this this basket back here, that's
Yeah,
a frisbee golf. If I don't know if you're aware of that game at all.
course,
Okay.
Of course.
I would one of the things I would like to do is I would map out my course or map out, my wherever I was going. Like I've done from here to Arizona, here to Michigan, just a bunch of road
Arizona's
trips.
like 18, right?
Something like it was Tucson. Yeah, it was a 2-day tripper.
Yeah.
But I would always, wherever I always go where a frisbee golf course is, like halfway in.
Okay.
And then just play a quick round, like takes an hour if you're going by yourself real fast. So you get the blood moving, you get a little
Yeah.
scenery, you get some exercise, and it wakes you up. You're not looking at just a road for 6 hours or whatever it is. And then you hop back in and it's like, all right, we're starting a whole nother road trip. And it
Wow.
refreshes. It's something to think about when doing those trips if you have an extra out. I'm not saying specifically frisbee
Anything,
golf.
though. You can yoga. You can do anything. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly.
That's interesting. Hybrid cars have made. So when I started comedy, I would drive my car.
Yeah.
Now my car is kind of dying, so I'm like renting a lot, and I'm getting all these hybrids. Hybrids cars have kind of ruined travel for me
How come?
because I can drive 17 hours straight,
Uh-huh.
and I don't need to get gas.
Really?
So that's 17 hours that I don't get out of the car.
Really? That's a real thing.
Or like 15 hours where you don't get out of the car. And it's like, man, that's not good. My car,
I would be this. That would be hard to get out if you could. Yeah.
My car is like 5 hours. It's like, okay, well, you got to put gas in me now.
Yeah.
But this one, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a shitty car. I didn't know anything about the hybrids that they could go that long. That's insane.
They can go, maybe not 18, 15, but they can go at least 12.
12's sick. To go from here to Michigan and without having to stop to get gas.
I did here to Cincinnati, and I got gas one time, and it was only because, you don't know the car.
Yeah.
So when it hits that bottom quarter, you're like, what does that mean for me?
Right.
In this particular car, it had a distance to empty button.
Oh, yeah.
But after 50 miles, it just started flashing. But it doesn't say the number, it just says low.
Okay.
And so it's like, well, I don't know what low means. So
yeah, it's not my car.
Don't do this.
Right.
But driving to Cincinnati, I rented the car. This is how crazy my life is. I rented the car. As I'm getting just out of the city, I start checking my emails, catching up, because it's, cruise control.
Right.
Catching up. And then it's like, your receipt to da-da-da, your receipt to da-da-da, your receipt to da-da-da. I'm like, and it's all porn sites. I'm like,
oh, my.
No. I look. I check my bank account. I'm negative. I'm like, what just happened?
Uh-huh.
Dude, my identity got stolen.
Wow.
I'm not blaming the car dealership or the car place, but I'm just saying, at some point, my identity got stolen. And I'm driving, and now I have no money, and I got to get gas. So I call the bank. I'm like, hey, these 7 charges are false.
Right.
We got to fix it. I'm on the road. I'm going to have to get gas. We have to fix this immediately.
ASAP.
And she's like, okay, I'll work on it. She's fixing it. And she's like, okay, so what I've done is I've suspended your card so they can't use it anymore. I'm like, that doesn't help me.
Yeah.
Because I need money.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, we'll just call back in and we'll reactivate the card. So I'm like, okay. I call back in. I'm like, we can't reactivate cards. I'm like, she said you could. She's like, we can't do that. I'm like, no, but you have to do that.
Right.
And so the process to get a card reactivated for a one-time authorization was, I was on the phone for 45 minutes. I had to do all the have you ever bought a boat? What are the last 3 digits of your first license plate? And it's like, dude, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, we can't confirm your identity. Yeah, no one can. No one knows these answers.
Right.
And so my identity gets stolen. I have to mail a card to the comedy club that I'm going to be at. I do the week. It's fine. I never get the card. So I've been using cash the whole time. Luckily, I have a CD that I sell. So I'm generating a little bit of cash.
Oh, nice.
Over the week. But dude, I would have been totally screwed. And then I get back. It's the beginning of November. I get my card. I get everything situated. I'm like, okay, cool. I go out of town. I come back. I went out of town this past week. Card got stolen again. I leave my wallet and a Steak and Shake. I've never left a wallet anywhere.
Yeah.
I leave my wallet and a Steak and Shake. It's got my credit card, my debit card,
oh shit,
my driver's license, and my
everything.
social.
It's got your life in there.
It's got everything in there.
The worst thing you could have left would have been your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got $180 cash in there. So now, and it was the 180. So when you rent a car, they put a $150 hold on it.
Yeah.
So this was to offset that. So my account was negative for just a day. On Friday, I was like, okay, it'll be negative.
Yeah.
And then I'll put the money back in when I get back to Kansas City. Dude, wallet got stolen. No money in the account. Super negative. And then I start looking at the credit card, and it's boop, 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 boop. They're using it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, we got to stop this.
Oh, wow.
So
and you just talked to your bank about...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically in 1 month, my identity's been stolen twice.
Oh.
I was like, dude, I just need a break. I need one thing to go well. It's it's an absolute nightmare. And then doing comedy, that's the income. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've taken most of this month off because I did 2 specials last month that I'm editing.
Oh, nice.
And so I'm like, I want to really have the time to focus on editing and like get the stuff looking right and perfect. And
is it a whole video? Like
one of them's a video and the other one is is audio.
Oh, sweet.
So I guess both of them are audio. They'll both come out audio, but
how can people find it when it comes out? Do you know yet?
we don't know. We might do Netflix.
Really?
Yeah. So there's
son.
There's like a possibility that could happen.
Wow.
But there's also like the possibility it could be YouTube. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I met the president of Comedy Dynamics, which is like the biggest comedy, I guess record label, but not record label.
Sure.
It's more of a production house.
Okay.
But I met that guy and we had a great conversation. And so there's a relationship there. I don't know. I won't know until I'm looking at the final thing.
Right.
And when I look at the final thing, I'll make a decision as to whether I even want to send that out to them or not. Because I'm not 1,000% happy with the footage we have.
Yeah.
You know? It's good, but it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not what I wanted exactly. And
if it's going on Netflix, you want to make sure
it's got to be perfect.
Because that's how you can blow up.
Mm-hmm. And so we have a tentative reshoot date of something in December. We would do it.
Around here or what?
Yeah, we would do it at the Rhino.
Really?
I did these in
I want to go.
Yeah. I'll hook you up with that.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
We have a tentative date to reshoot the whole thing.
Okay.
Just because I went for some different stuff. I got fired at the beginning of October, and that sort of sent me into a little bit of a depression. And then I just got fat. I mean, I've always been kind of fat, but this is like the fattest I've ever been.
Yeah.
But I was talking to like some producers and stuff, and they're like, you have to look as young as possible.
Fat makes you look young.
It did, but it also, so I shaved all of my beard off.
Yeah.
So I just look like a different
person. Do you
person.
usually rock a beard?
Yeah, I usually try to.
Yeah.
Or at least some scruff.
Yeah.
But I had no facial hair, and it just looks gross. I just look fat.
It's weird looking at yourself.
Yeah. And I was like
that. I know the feeling. Yeah.
I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, I just chopped off. I had nice set of hair on me, and I just chopped this off like a week and a half, 2 ago.
Really?
All for hunting.
Okay, you're a big hunter?
I am. That's how serious I take my hunting. I alter my looks for it.
What do you do, elk or?
I wish.
Yeah?
I wish. No, just deer and turkey, really. I'm a bow hunter.
Wow.
And so when hunting with a bow, the deer I shot this last week was 10 yards away. Like, that's nothing. Normal, like if you're with a rifle, you can shoot them 300 yards away.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I could go out there looking like the idiot that I am right now, just bright yellow, looking silly. I could go out there and shoot one, but bow hunting, you got to be real
disciplined.
Yeah, and then this deer, that's how their number one sense is their smell, their sense of smell. They trust that more than they trust their eyes, and your hair holds a lot of odor. And so
I bet.
I just shaved it all off, so I had a whole lot less odor and wore the right clothing that keeps your scent down, and worked, paid off.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know that I've never hunted.
I don't know how I just took your comedy special and beard to me hunting. We can go back to the beard. Because I want to keep. I'm super interested about the special and everything. And so you had to. They wanted you to look younger.
Yeah, well, I kind of took that to heart. Like, okay, we're gonna look as young as possible. So I shaved the face, like baby face. We're talking safety razor and everything,
right?
Like baby face. And I'm looking at the footage now, and I'm like, nah, I hate it.
Just because it's not you, it doesn't look
like who I am.
Yeah.
You know, and one thing I really don't like is when you go to a comedy club. Older comedy clubs have all the headshots of everyone who's ever been there.
Right.
And like you look, and it's like, Chappelle doesn't look like that anymore.
Right.
You know, like so-and-so doesn't look like that
anymore.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's like, So I kind of want to make something true to me, but I do want to keep with the whole, like, if it's going to be the first thing out, I do want to look somewhat youthful. You know, I don't want this to look like old man Brandon finally did a special, but, you know.
You're 30. You're not old. And you don't look old.
In entertainment, though, 30 is like, that's that point.
I've seen some pretty good specials lately come out with some older gentlemen.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But that first one, I should have did it 5 years ago.
Would you have been ready 5 years ago?
No.
Well, there you
If
go.
I would have had the discipline I have now, 5 years ago I could have put out something.
And that's when I was saying earlier, it takes about 10 years. Maybe
Mhm.
that's part of the reason. Maybe a lot of people is just that 5 years are kind of dicking around and not being that disciplined.
Yeah.
And then
Burning bridges,
then
being rude, just.
you get to that point where like, holy shit, I do need to probably treat this a little bit more like an adult.
It becomes a job. Like
Right.
So I got fired from my job September 27th or something, somewhere around there. And it became you have to make an income now.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I was making I was working in advertising, so I was making decent money.
Okay.
And I was like, it's going to be very hard to make that money right now. But last month, I made the exact salary I would have made at my job just doing comedy. And I was like,
Oh, wow.
that let me know, like, okay.
And then put a little fire under your ass, I'm
yeah,
sure.
it's like now you have to do that every month,
Yeah.
This month sucks because I had already planned for it to just be an editing month. So it's
Right.
like scrambling to get anything. I'm like, I'll go anywhere. Let me know.
Yeah.
But shit happens. It's weird.
Do you how do you get a gig? Do you have a booker, or do you just call people up, or they call you? Like, how does that work?
All of the above. There's there's managers and agents kind of involved, and they'll help out. But like, to make the most money, I need to not let my agent know about it, so I can get the 100%,
Right.
not 85, because I'm giving her 15 or whatever. And so you just find places you want to go. Like if I want to go to Denver, I reach out to some comedians I know in Denver. It's like, hey, I'm not coming to Denver for these weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What's available? How much money can I make? Blah blah blah. And they'll kind of put you in touch with those people. Then you got to send a video and like some other stuff.
Right.
Sometimes people will have heard of me. Like I do DL Hughley's radio show every week. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, so they'll hear
Look
that.
at you.
And like some people in Arkansas reached out and they were like, "Hey, we'd love to have you."
Oh,
Come down.
nice.
And so I was like, "Yeah."
And that's not far away.
No, it's 4 hours.
Yeah.
I just drove down,
Sweet.
jumped in, did the show. I took an edible. I had food poisoning. It was a pretty miserable experience, but
Oh, that's not a good combination.
yeah, did the
Because then you're
show.
paranoid and you're wondering what's going on here.
Yeah, that was one of the ones where I was like not hanging out afterwards. I did the show, got my money, took the picture, went home or went back to the hotel. Like,
Yeah.
and that's another thing that I'm like just now doing is like getting into hotels. Like usually I would just be like, just drive back,
Yeah.
drive back tonight.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, nah,
Save
dude.
some money.
No, spend the money, get a hotel, get a good night's sleep.
It's safer that way.
It's so much safer.
Yeah.
It's $60.
And it's
for a
healthier.
hotel?
It's
Yeah.
healthier too. Your body it's underrated or underknown about how much sleep we actually need and like how well we function on consistent good sleep.
Oh yeah. I used to think like, oh, you just pop an Adderall, and then you're good. You're good to go.
Yeah, I've never fucked with them.
See,
I want to, but I know I
They're
probably
great.
yeah, I know they're
They're
great.
great.
I can't I know I'll just be yeah.
it's uncontrolled. I mean,
I'll like them a little too much, I think.
yeah, that's. I run into that a little bit, but I also so they make you super focused,
Yeah.
but you could be focused on the wrong thing when they hit.
Mhm.
So like I do Vyvanse, which is kind of like Adderall, but not. It's longer release,
Okay.
and so I'll pop one, and then I'll go take a crap. I'll be looking at my phone,
Mhm.
and then it'll hit, and whatever I'm looking at on my phone, I now need to know everything about it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be like on the toilet for like 4 hours, and it's like,
Legs falling asleep.
yeah, it's like, oh, dude, it's because oh no, okay, yeah, no, I didn't get what I needed.
Really?
Out of that. Yeah,
It's not
it's
cool.
not good.
That's not cool.
But then like you'll just be so in the zone, you'll forget to eat. Like
Yeah.
it's a weird thing, but you're in the zone. I used to do it. It used to be great for driving.
That's what I hear.
But it's the risks outweigh the
Reward.
for sure, especially when you get a little older, like, because then it becomes that much harder to fall asleep, and it'll like carry over into like the next 2 days where you're like,
Yeah,
I
I
can't
tell
sleep.
you. I'm having a whole lot of issues myself, but that's on a whole nother topic. But yeah, sleep's a motherfucker.
It really, dude. I wish I can go back in time and just tell myself, like, no, dude, take a nap right now. Like, don't go to that girl's house. Take a nap. Don't go do whatever crazy shit. Take a nap. Just always take a nap. Like,
Yeah. Beat off and take a nap.
dude, there's nothing better.
Yeah.
There's
That
nothing
way you
better.
don't have to.
No trouble.
Yeah.
No real mess.
Yeah.
I've been doing that in hotels instead of like bringing people back, and so I've taken. Is this bad?
It's what bad?
Okay, so here's what I do. When I beat off into like a hotel towel,
Uh-huh.
I'll throw it on the floor,
Yeah.
but I will put a $5 bill under it because I know that's tainted, and they have to touch it. But then like there's
Yeah,
also
that's bad.
Is that bad?
That's bad.
Okay.
Come on, man. These maids don't want to pick up your
They don't wanna
cum-soaked
do it.
rag. Not for they want the $5, but does anybody want it that bad?
That's why I don't put it on top. Like if I put it on top, it would be like, come on, touch it. But if it's under it, I'm like, hey.
They can see it under, or
No,
they
they
already
can't
grabbed it, and
they've
then they're
already
like,
grabbed
oh,
it, and then there's $5. Like if it was under that book right there, it's like, here's a reward for having done something shitty.
I mean, yeah, it's a little sociopathic, but.
I thought I was.
Well, I'm certainly not judging you. I mean, trust me, I'm certainly not judging you. I've got my own shit that, yeah.
Well, I'm never going back to these towns, so I don't ever get
Yeah.
feedback.
No,
on it.
at least you were giving them some money.
I like to tip everyone.
And they're professionals.
Yeah.
They understand what it is. They're
They
gonna
know what's
catch the
going on.
corner of it. Yeah.
They're not gonna like.
I'm all right with it.
They're not gonna rub their face on it or anything crazy. Or maybe
Yeah,
they are, you know.
might.
But tipping is huge now. Like I used to not be a tipper. I used to be one of those like get a better job if you want more money kind of guys. But now
Even though you used to be a server.
this is before that.
Of course. I've always said everybody in their life needs to be a server,
Yeah.
at least just for like a summer.
Serving helped, but then what really helped was getting a bad haircut.
Dude, you're so right.
I went to
It's so hard to find a barber.
It is. I was out of town, and I didn't have a barber in that town.
Oh.
And I walked into like a Great Clips or something.
Oh.
And for like a black dude, that's a risky proposition.
For a white dude, it's a risky pop. No, I'm telling you, it's risky no matter who you are.
Okay.
I'm not taking my kids there.
Yeah. So I walk in, and I was like, hey, who can cut black hair?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, oh, we can all cut hair. That's not what I said.
That's when you walk around. All right, you
Yeah.
guys, none of you understand what black hair is. I'm out of here.
I was like, who can cut black hair seriously? And
Yeah.
this girl was like, I have a black boyfriend. And I was like, does he let you cut his hair?
I was gonna say, well, I said black hair, and I didn't ask
Yeah.
if you could take a black cock.
And she was like, sometimes, like, if you can't, like, get in. I was like, all right. And she did such a terrible job.
Yeah.
I was like, you need to value these people more. So, like, I value barbers more.
Yeah.
Now that I have, like, production stuff, I value graphic designers more.
Yeah.
I value anyone who
Art.
works. Yeah.
You value art.
Yeah.
You know, a
That's, like,
barber, if I get a good barber, which I'm looking for now, I've been on the hunt. Mine moved. Both of mine moved. I had an awesome one. He moved. I found another awesome one. It's just, yeah, it's so hard to find a good one. And a good one, when they get done, you're like, holy shit, you're an artist.
Yeah.
You are a legit artist. Like, you made me look as good as I can possibly look.
Yeah. And mine's like a time thing. Like I'm in Cincinnati. This dude, like, lined me up, and it was, like, 10 minutes. And I was like,
Right. I know.
It's too quick.
Yeah.
It's too quick.
Yeah. I like it when they
My
take,
barber
yeah,
takes, like,
5 different razors, 6
45
different
minutes.
razors, and they're, yeah. That's what I love too. A good 30, 35 minute, 40 minute.
It's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yep.
Like,
I'm high as
I
fuck,
got nothing to do
and
today.
I just want you to. Yep.
Just make me look good, man.
Please.
Like, just work some magic.
Yep.
Yeah. So I started tipping them, hotel staff. Like, people just treat you better when you treat them well, you know?
Yeah.
Enterprise screwed me a few weeks ago. The Enterprise by my house closes at 12. but I didn't know that. And their website lets you make a reservation at 12. So I made a reservation at 12 because I'm like, that's when I'll wake up.
Yeah.
Roll in 12:02, doors locked. And I'm like, hey.
Oh, they were there too, of course.
You could see them.
Right.
6 of them.
Yeah.
I know who they are because I go there I'm there every week.
And they know you.
And they know me. And I'm like,
you're a good customer.
You know what this is. I do all the shit online, so you don't have to do anything but pull it up, scan the card.
They don't work on tips.
They don't work on tips or commission. So
yep. So they don't care.
They're like, hey. And so I have one of the manager's emails. I was like, hey, like, this is what I'm going through. Like, how do we fix this? Like,
yeah,
let's make this good for everyone.
Right.
Like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not coming at you crazy. I just want to know, like, have you run into this before? What's the solution? And she's like, honestly, your best bet is to go to the airport.
Damn.
I'm like, all right. And I wasn't super happy with it because you can't drive there.
That's why I was,
you can't leave your car.
Right.
But the airport's kind of a better situation in some ways because there's no $150 hold. There's like a 20% deposit. So instead of paying $200 for a car and getting 150 back, I paid $70 and got 20 back, which was cool. But I went through all that. And then the next time I went to my enterprise, she was like, hey, thanks for not being a dick. We went ahead and upgraded you. So I was supposed to get a Nissan Versa, which, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, we gave you a Cadillac or Chrysler 300.
Oh,
like,
sweet. Those are dope.
I was like, I'll take it.
I like those so much. Oh, man.
I'll take it.
See, I don't ever need to make it big. Just big enough to own a Chrysler 300. That's my goal in life.
It's a nice
Come on.
car.
Is that asking too much?
What's the sticker on a 300?
Yeah, there we go. Pull that shit up, Brendan.
What's the sticker?
I got myself a young Jamie now, Chrysler 300. Like the dope one, like the one that's like all G'd out.
Yeah.
It's got the good engine. It's good interior.
Yo,
I mean,
3,600 or 36,000.
36,000?
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad. That's what I'm saying. I'm not asking
for a car that's gonna last you for 10 years and look beautiful.
30,000. That's probably just the base model.
Yeah, but if you look over on the right,
46.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's a CTS. My bad.
If you look at go back.
Oh, did you see that thing?
See where it says the S model? That's what you want. That's the 36.
36 thou. The S model.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Get them pictures up top. Look at that black one. Oh my gosh.
That looks like and Cat Williams has a joke about how it looks like a Rolls Royce.
It does look like a Rolls Royce. Yeah. Man.
The girl I had.
Look at them rims on there. See, it just needs a better grill.
The grill is what keeps it from being a Rolls Royce, though.
I'm just saying that there. I mean, I'd customize. I'd throw a little more
you get one of those
customization in it.
Yeah.
Actually, this is silly. So you're a gamer. I used to play. I can't remember what game it was, but there was one you could maybe Midnight Club or Midnight Dub.
It was Midnight Club.
Yeah, and you can create your own. You could create your own everything. They had a Chrysler 300 on there, and I made it gold rims, gold windows, gold like gold handlebar, the handles, gold trim, gold. It was sick. And ever since then, yeah, there it is.
Wow.
What year was that? That was old school.
Like
2000.
That's PS2 era.
Yeah, that was a long time. I think that was Pete.
Yeah, that was my first game.
Yeah.
PS2. Here's what I like about old video games.
You want to get more of this?
Old video games, you didn't have to have that internet connection. So, like,
yeah,
you could just take it from hotel to hotel to hotel.
Oh, yeah, we used to do that playing soccer.
Now they're like, you need a firmware update. It's like,
yeah,
I want a hotel Wi-Fi. Like,
yeah.
I just figured out how to hack hotel Wi-Fi to get my Xbox on it. And, like,
oh, sweet.
Yeah, because usually they don't let you do that.
Okay.
But I figured out the way so what you do, if you have a phone.
Let's clip this. We're going to put this on YouTube as a tutorial on how to hack.
Yeah, no, this is important. The people need to know. So what you do is you get your phone. You connect your phone to the hotel Wi-Fi.
Okay.
That's going to give your phone what's called a MAC address. Or your phone has a MAC address. Every phone has a MAC address. You hook your phone up to the Wi-Fi. Then you disconnect your phone from the Wi-Fi. You go into your Xbox and you manually configure it.
Okay.
So instead of using the Xbox's MAC address, you use your phones. The hotel Wi-Fi is like, oh, I already know that device.
Right.
So they just let it go.
Wow.
And it's full broad streaming. So it's like, we were doing the Fallout beta, which is like a multiplayer game.
Oh, it is.
And it was like, it was good. Like there's no clipping.
Oh, wow.
There's no slowdown. There's nothing because it thought it was a phone.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, a phone can't, so it can access
There it is, everybody. That's sick.
Yeah.
So Fallout's a multiplayer game now,
Fallout 76 is. The new one is. It's a multiplayer.
Is that
Yeah.
Fallout 76 is multiplayer?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
It's,
That's different. You know, I've played the Fallout series, and it was just the single player RPG. So
Yeah.
how
Yeah, it's...
is it cool? Like, is that completely different, or is it still kind of similar?
Totally different.
Yeah.
So, like, there's, like, some immersion going on. Sorry. There's, like... Because in West Virginia, so it looks beautiful, and everything's cool, but there's no computer characters. Everybody in the game is a real person.
Okay.
So...
And you're interacting with them, or you're just passing them by?
It's a big world, so you're not really seeing them.
Okay.
But when you do see them, it kind of takes you out of the game.
Okay.
Because, you know, you're doing this, like, you're trying to find out what happened to this settlement. Like, why is everyone dead? You know, you're trying to figure it out. You're solving the mystery. And then some guy with, like, a cop uniform comes on. He's, like, got, like, a clown hat or something.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay, that takes me out of it.
Take me
a
out
little
of yeah.
But it's an interesting experiment. I don't know if I love it.
Okay.
I've played it. I've got probably 6 hours under my belt.
Oh, that's
of
probably
playing
not a whole lot for
Yeah.
for a game like that. That's just getting your toes wet.
Yeah, I've seen like a corner of the world, and so
Yeah.
I like it, but I miss talking to people.
Yeah.
I really miss talking to people. I miss like the morality of it. Like, are you gonna be a good guy? Or are you gonna be a bad guy? Like,
yeah.
that doesn't exist because there's no consequences to any individual actions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of not really a Fallout game, but it is.
They're just using the name. It's kind of like a yeah.
They're using the name and the setting a little bit,
Right.
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not Fallout 3 or 4 or whatever. It's this new thing.
Sure.
It's cool. I mean, I'll have a few friends to play with
Yeah.
when it comes out, but I don't know. I mean,
Video
it was
games.
cool to do in a hotel, though. Like,
Yeah, to kill some time and
you
just
got
do something for
nothing to
sure.
do. Yeah.
I bet it gets boring. I mean, there's probably not a better, at least safer or more if you're trying to stay professional.
Yeah.
There's probably
'cause-
that's probably a pretty good saving grace, you know?
right.
Mhm.
That's why I started doing it. Was like, okay, this is a good way to not screw myself later.
Right.
You know.
Do you self-sabotage or anything like that? Is that like a...
Oh yeah, big one of those.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of like stupid money decisions.
Money's
and-
hard.
Yeah, and like I'll just go somewhere and I'll be like, oh, I'm really into bourbon.
Hey.
So I'm like, what's the bourbon here? What's the whiskey here? What do you have? Okay, it's $100 a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me 2 in case I like it. You know, like just crazy shit like that. And then like you look back and it's like, I should have just got like some shit that I know.
Yeah.
Some makers, $44.
Yeah.
Go back to the hotel, you know, just chill. But like, I try not to go to clubs anymore. Like,
Mm-hmm.
a way to make money on the road, a lot of guys will do. So they'll do like the stand-up show,
Mm-hmm.
and then afterwards they'll do like an appearance at a club.
Okay.
And
Like
so,
what kind of club?
Like a nightclub, like just like I'm trying to think of a Kansas City equivalent. So we did it in Oklahoma City, we did it and a few other places, but like, do you know where? No, it's not open anymore. There's a place on Grand that we used to do it. But it's just like an appearance.
Sure.
Like an Tech will have like an appearance somewhere.
Okay.
We would do something like that, and it's like, oh, he's in the building, blah blah blah, and they'll give you like $1,000, and you just
Damn.
you go in, you hang out for a little bit, and you promote the shows for the weekend. And
Oh, sweet.
it's like a dope situation, but then it's like you're in a nightclub, and now everyone thinks you're somebody, and so
Oh,
have-
yeah.
you have a contingent of dudes who are now going to try you. You have a contingent of girls who are going to try to get with you that would ordinarily not, and then you have like people who just want to like clout chase and be around that, and so you have to know how to navigate. Like when
Wow.
you see someone, you have to within 5 seconds figure out their intentions, and it's like easier to just not put yourself in that situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, my big thing is,
But if they're offering you $1,000, you're showing up, right?
I'll show up.
Yeah.
I'll show up for sure, but I'm not like interacting. They always hate that they feel they don't get their money's worth or whatever.
Right.
Because first of all, I'm not famous, so why are you doing this?
Yeah.
But then, like, I'm not, like, popping bottles. I'm not at the bar, you know.
They expect you, if they're giving you $1,000, hey, some of that's coming back in when you're popping bottles and shit. Yeah.
For sure. And
you're like, nope, suck, boom, put it in your pocket,
there was
hang out, dip out.
Yeah, there was a point in my life where it was like, yo, you give me $1,000, I'll give you back
$1,500,
$1,200. You know what I mean? Like, and then I slowly grew up, and it was like, okay, you can't do that anymore.
Right.
You have to slow it down.
Yeah.
Like, so now my routine is pretty set. Like, I get into town, I have a meal, I go to the hotel,
Mm-hmm.
I clean up, I change, I go to the venue, do the show. If I've been tendering, I'll have the girl meet me at the show, or the hotel.
Comper tickets.
Yeah. It's like, hey, just get her.
Will they go by themselves?
Yeah, always. They always go by themselves. Sometimes they'll bring like a married couple with them,
Sure.
but nothing like
Yeah.
it's always very clear what it is. But so I'll have that, and then I go back to the hotel, and then if I'm there for a while, I wake up, Starbucks or Dunkin', chain for lunch, like a chain restaurant for lunch.
Yeah.
Because I've learned you can't fuck around with like local cuisines as much as you want to.
Oh, yeah?
Because what'll happen is your body is not used to that.
Okay.
And you'll start getting sick more.
Okay.
Charlie Murphy taught me this. Rest in
Oh,
peace.
shit.
Good friend.
Oh, man. People make fun of me all the time for loving Charlie Murphy as much as I do.
Charlie Murphy was one of the realest dudes I've ever met in my life in every aspect.
Yeah.
The only thing, or one of the greatest things he ever taught me was like, find 3 restaurants you love, and that's everywhere. You know,
Find 3 chains that you love.
Yeah. So like, he was at the Sprint Center, and on his rider was Popeye's Chicken.
Okay.
He was at wherever the Blues play in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Popeye's Chicken. But like with DL's like top cuisine everywhere. Like everywhere he goes is like really nice elevated food.
Right.
Which is expensive.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the budget to go top of the line, you have to go fast food everywhere, because Popeyes in Kansas City, Missouri tastes like Popeyes in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Popeyes in Oklahoma City tastes like Popeyes in Kentucky.
Right.
Tastes like
Popeyes is the shit.
And if you get sick from Popeyes, you have the recourse to sue Popeyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you get sick at Mama Whatever's
Right.
shithole in, Tupelo, Mississippi, is that what made me sick? Or was it the Boudin balls in New Orleans that made me sick? Or was it the whatever in Pensacola? Like, you have to have like
Okay, so
that sort of weird discipline.
What
So,
are your 3 places?
I'll go Popeyes, kind of as a tribute. Wendy's is always good, and then if I can find a Waffle House, if you're in the South, Waffle House.
Right.
If you're North, IHOP.
IHOP, yeah.
I tried to literally last night. I went to Denny's.
Ugh.
The first time in forever.
Grand slam.
Me and my buddy Jaron, we both got our food. As she sits the food down, a roach crawls out of the wall.
The one down there off Main Street, Main and Bartle Hall, that one?
No, this is Armour Road and
okay.
35
okay.
up north.
Yep.
Cockroach. I was like, we have to leave.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like one of those guys.
You're supposed to expect a cockroach at a place like that.
You should, but I'm like, if I see it, I have to go.
Oh, yeah?
I have to go. I'm very particular about that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's like IHOP, Waffle House, Wendy's, and Popeyes. And I'll dip out and dabble into some other stuff, but like,
right. Those are the 3 main.
You're gonna see me at one of those places if I'm in your town. I'll go to Target for an hour to hang around. Like,
hey, that's underrated.
Yeah.
That is a good way to kill some time.
You wanna
Is
kill
just
some
dicking around at Target.
Target, Best Buy.
Yep.
Dude, you just walk around.
Yep.
I'm new into vinyl.
Okay.
So I'll go to a record store and just kind of dig around for a little bit. I don't do vinyl like that. Like my friends are like, yeah, you gotta get in the crates, and like I'll see the shit I like and then I'll go on eBay and buy it. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, because then I can.
You're killing record stores that way.
I know, but like
You're killing the thing you love to do. You
I
keep
know.
doing that, you're not going to be able to do that anymore. Then what?
I know. So okay, here's the problem.
You dick around on your phone in the hotel all day looking at these fake record ones? You better flip them a couple, bucks here and there.
I've bought some records from record stores, and then I got home from like, Kentucky or whatever, and they're warped or whatever, and it's like, did that happen because they were in the car for 10 hours?
Oh, yeah.
Or that happened because, so I'd rather just mail the shit. And I know that's kind of killing business, but like,
Yeah, well,
I just don't want to like have
on
something-
behalf of all record store owners.
You got one?
What?
Do you have a record store?
Do I?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no.
I thought you were saying I was like,
Oh, no. I'm just speaking on
okay. I was
for
like,
their behalf. They would
if
want
you're
me
in
to.
town, I'll go. Like, the problem is like in town is like vintage stock, and it's like,
Yeah, or Seventh Heaven.
yeah, it's like I already have all the Queen albums. I already have the mainstream stuff. I want something weird.
I don't own a single record.
Really?
Don't even have a record player.
You can change that for $200. $200, you can have a record and a solid. You can have a record player and a solid collection.
For $200?
Yeah.
You got $200 I can borrow?
I don't have $200 I can borrow.
Yeah, me neither.
No, my identity just got stolen. I gotta get that back.
Yeah, I dealt with something similar about 2 months ago. I got a phone call that said $1,000 was taken out of my account.
Nope.
Out of the ATM. 2 different ATMs locally. And they didn't have my card. I was like, how did they do? They go, we don't know, but we just want to know if this was you. It's like, it freaked me out. I was like, I have no idea how this happened. I mean, one was in like Lee Summit, and then the other one was in Overland Park, like in the same day, $500 at each one. And they made it right. But like you have to talk to these people for an hour and a half, try to get things wrapped up and wait on. Yeah, it was a pain in the, yeah.
It's awful. And then it's, you feel vulnerable, It's like,
Oh, yeah, shit's going to happen.
it's like, dude, do I trust this bank? My bank is Bank of America.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're letting this shit go through. And it's like, I found out that like people are doing like Walmart scams, and like, if you run a card for $39 at Walmart,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't. There's no way it'll get flagged for fraud. Anything under $39 will never get flagged for fraud.
Okay.
But when you hit that $40, then they're checking PIN numbers, IDs, and
Really?
stuff like that. But like anything under 39, you can just swipe it, swipe it, swipe it. And like the Walmart employees are in on that. So if you steal a card and you go to Walmart and you're like, I want to buy an Xbox, like, all right, we're just gonna do 10 transactions of $39.99.
Oh, dirty.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, yeah, there's always a way. There's always criminals out there.
There's always
Always,
criminals.
what are you going to do?
Yeah, exploiting. It's ingenious in a way, like how they
I like it.
exploit the system.
I like it.
It keeps things interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I like that
I don't like what happens to me.
No, nobody does either, but I like that there's criminals out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be, and it's interesting to see that. I mean, when you were a kid, you played cops and robbers.
That's true.
There's always that game. You go way back to the West. That's when it was people robbing trains and outrunning the law. Like, it's just in people. And it's just interesting to see the different generations or the different time periods, what these criminals do, like what they did back then, and now they're doing. They've got these card reading devices, and it's all like this digital internet spying and stealing and hacking, and it's just completely different than these guys that were on horseback jumping a train, holding people up on there and then jumping back off. It's like just a weird, but it's the same thing.
Yeah. And now it's nerds though. Like now it's like you have to be a nerd to hack a whatever,
Yeah.
You used to have to be kind of about it if you were going to rob someone face to face.
Yep.
But now that you can do it from China or from, wherever.
Yep.
You can just
faceless.
Yep.
Weak. Whatever. Don't matter. You just got to be smart.
My thing is like
Smart
if you
and a piece
do
of
any
shit.
dirt, I'm okay with it if you can back it up.
Sure.
Like if you steal $500 from me and I can't beat your ass.
Oh yeah, take it from me.
Yeah, you.
Well,
can keep
no,
it.
I'm not gonna say that.
I mean, I don't.
Next thing you know, we're gonna have big dude just You said it's cool if we
Yeah,
beat you up, we
I
can
heard
take
the podcast. Is it cool?
Yeah.
It's like,
Shit.
uh,
Yeah, here, I'll just give it to you.
here it
There
is.
you go.
It's and you know what it sucks the worst is I got my wallet stolen.
Oh.
Like buying a wallet is such an endeavor.
Yeah.
because I'm very particular about how my wallet is.
Yep.
Like,
It fits in your pocket. You know, you have that. It's like an extension of you.
mhm.
You have that feeling everywhere you go. It's comfortable. And then you got to find something, and you're used to opening it up every single time. You know where everything it is. It opens easy. It's not hard. Yeah. It's like finding a good barber. You got to find a good wallet and hold on to
Wallet's
that thing.
Very intimate.
It is.
I've had people buy me wallets as like a gift, and it's like, oh, I appreciate that, but like,
What are you thinking?
Yeah,
You don't. It's always. You know who buys you wallets?
Yeah,
Women.
my mom bought me one. My grandma bought me one. Yep.
Yep. They don't
My thing is,
understand.
like,
You know
it's
why?
gotta
Because they go
be-
through purses left and right.
Yeah, they're
Whatever. Look,
interchangeable.
yeah. I want this to look good with my dress on Friday, and this is to go when I'm every day looking around. Us, we're holding on to that thing like it's dear life.
It's the only one.
Don't take it.
And I just got a new wallet, and I loved it.
Yeah,
Perfect. 3 folds.
yeah,
Which is what I like. 3 folds opens up, and then I got, the card thing, and it was perfect.
yeah.
I'm so mad.
I've been thinking about switching wallets.
It's hard to do.
I've had this one for a long time, but they've got that new. They just got like new designs for like your front pocket, but I don't ever keep. Do you keep it in your back pocket all the time?
Back right pocket.
Do you
every
drive
time.
with
Yeah.
it back there? That's bad for your back.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I almost never wear my.
There's a lot going on over here.
There is a lot going on. I almost never have it. I have it when I'm walking around, but anytime I sit, that comes out.
Oh,
Nothing
dude.
in my pockets. My keys, my phone, everything comes out if I go out to eat, and it's just right next to me. Yeah, I can't have.
I got a tux made a while back, and it only had a left pocket on the back.
Oh,
And I was like, it's probably the same, dude. Felt so different.
right.
It felt so different. I don't wear that tux unless it's the gig specifically calls for it,
Yeah.
and they never call for it. So
You own your own tux.
I had a lot of tuxes, man. I
Wow.
have probably 6 tuxes,
Wow.
and then probably 14 suits.
Damn. So
Yeah.
you like to get dressed up when you're doing your
Yeah,
shows?
I think it makes it feel more like an event for people. when they're
Yeah?
like, oh, this guy gives a shit.
Yeah.
If I show up to a gig and I'm wearing a t-shirt and jeans,
Like this? You can't show up looking like this?
if I'm on stage and I look like this,
Yeah.
know that I don't care about that gig.
Yeah.
I just found out about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tuxes and dress shirts generally. you know,
Okay.
Or suits, 3-piece suits, 2-piece suits, like jeans on stage are kind of a no.
That's kind of is that fair to say that's more of like a black guy thing to kind of dress up like that?
Yeah. I mean,
White dudes
'cause-
don't give a shit. They're just like I said, you could wear that. That would be what
Yeah.
I'd be a slob up there. Like I hope I can make you laugh looking like this.
Right. Well, so like in the black community, it started off as like, this is the event
Okay.
for the week. We're gonna go out. We're gonna get dressed up, and this is
Yeah.
gonna be our thing.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of and
'Cause they're already dressed up on Sunday, anyways, right?
right. So it's like an honor for that. Like, if you guys are gonna dress up to come see this, I need to dress up
Yeah.
to be seen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I get it.
there's a theory in comedy that you need to look 2 notches better than the audience at all times.
I can see that.
So when I do shows for white guys, it's jeans and t-shirts, and so I can just get away with like.
That's what you wear. That's 2 notches up from white guys is jeans and a t-shirt.
No. Like if you look at what they're wearing, so if they're wearing jeans and a t-shirt, I can get away with slacks,
Sport jacket or
and, like,
something,
just
or
a jacket. Yeah.
yeah.
But if I'm going somewhere and everyone's wearing a suit, then I gotta wear a suit,
Okay.
or I gotta wear a 3-piece, or I gotta wear a tux, or I gotta, you know what I mean? Like I gotta like.
Yeah.
You have to look better than the audience.
Okay.
Like, that's such an underrated thing, and a lot of guys they'll just Louis C.K. it, put on a black shirt and some jeans. And
Oh yeah.
oh, I look good. It's like, but you look like them.
Right.
And like, you're trying to say as a comedian, like, my thoughts are better than yours.
Right. Look at me.
My
Pay attention to me.
humor is better than yours.
Right.
I am better than you on some level.
Yeah.
But you look like them. So it's not congruent. But if I'm telling you I'm better and I look better, then I must be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't watch a basketball game if they were wearing street clothes. You wouldn't watch that shit.
Shirts and skins.
Yeah, no, dude, it would be untenable. You'd be like, I can't focus on this.
Yeah.
This is too unorganized. So they have a uniform.
Okay.
Every
following
job
you.
has a uniform.
I get that. Yeah.
You go to Walmart,
Yep.
you know who works there.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Target, you know who works there.
Yep.
When you go to a comedy show, you should know who works there.
Okay.
And that's sort of
I get it.
the thought process behind it.
I like it.
That's how I like doing shows with white people more, because it's chill.
Yeah. Well,
Dude.
also you grew up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know you guys.
You know us.
I know you guys. Black people.
How dare you? How dare you categorize me? How dare you? I'm just kidding.
Black guys, it's hard, man. That's true. No, we're like, I knew she would get on. I knew it.
What did she say? Get on the mic. Get on the
Yeah.
mic.
She's hidden.
Yeah, she's hidden.
She's throwing barbs.
Yeah.
Just like
I gotta ask you, what was Charlie Murphy's 3 favorite joints?
all I knew was Popeyes.
Really?
Yeah, he loved Popeyes.
What would do you know? What?
You guys have talked about Popeyes like 8 times.
Dude, Popeyes is worth talking about
This
8
is gonna
times.
turn into a commercial
Should we not talk
for
about Popeyes? I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll tell
I'm
you
curious
this.
about
I do hate
people who like Popeyes. I mean, there's people that like churches better. Who are these people?
They're wrong.
In the beginning of this episode, you have to put in the intro drink every time somebody says Popeyes.
Okay, every time
Yeah.
somebody says Popeyes, you got to take a drink. I'll remember that
respect
for
that.
my monologue. How did that go?
Brace for intro monologue.
Brace for intro monologue. Oh my God!
What is that?
Damn, I
That's
cannot
like,
sing.
that's
Woo!
like Snoop, isn't it?
That's her.
Me, bitch, I wrote that.
No, but it sounds like
Lottie Dottie.
no.
We likes to party. We ain't causing trouble. We ain't bothering nobody. We're just some brothers who on the mic, and we rock up on the mic and
What
rock
is it?
the mic,
1, 2, 3
right?
into the 4.
All my dogs living.
What song is that?
There's at the door. Ready to make an entrance,
Yeah.
so back on up,
What
because you
song
know
is
about to rip shit up. Give me a mic before
It kind of sounds like that a little bit.
Compton and Long Beach together. Now you know you in trouble. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. 2 loped out G's going crazy. Unfadable, so please don't try to fade this. Back to
Right. Sorry, I was really with you a long time.
Nothing but a G thing. That's what it is. No, but Charlie loved Popeyes, man. Like,
yeah.
he loved Popeyes.
We can't take. She's right. We got to stop talking to Popeyes.
We can stop talking about Popeyes, but Charlie was a good dude. Like,
Yeah,
He was,
he seemed like it, man. He seemed like a legit awesome dude,
yeah.
like and brave to like, cause he started at a young age, or at a
No,
late age.
yeah, he
I'm saying
started
that's
late.
he started doing the stand up at a late age,
Yeah.
and just was doing big venues, like just jumping right into it.
Rogan had a really good point about it. Like, Charlie Murphy's maybe the first dude who started comedy as a man.
Yeah,
Like, when Charlie started doing comedy, he was in his 40s. He had kids. He was married. He had a career.
Yeah.
Like, and then he started. And he started at the highest level.
yeah,
He started headlining Carolines and shit like that. And he just had to, like, figure it out. And he was in the shadow of one of the best comedians to ever do it. His
got that
brother.
right. His brother Eddie Murphy, baby.
And, dude, he was, like, so regular a dude. But, like, you still knew who he was. Like,
Yeah.
He would, like, if you walk into his green room,
Mm-hmm.
he's passing you the blunt.
Nice.
Like, it doesn't matter if he knows you. Like, he's just a good ass dude. man.
Nice.
He really took care of me a lot of times.
That's
Like, it was
awesome,
just-
man. How lucky for you. How did
Yeah.
you come upon that relationship?
So I knew his opener, and I was on Twitter, and I was like, "Hey, you guys!" I was living in Oklahoma City. I was like, "You guys gonna be in Dallas? Can I get tickets to the show?" Oprah's like, "Just come through." I came through, and Charlie was like, "Hey, man, you coming back tomorrow?" I was like, "Yep." He's like, "All right, tomorrow we're putting you on stage."
Oh wow,
Yeah, and we just rocked from then.
dope.
But, like, here's how cool a dude he was. And I've hung out with famous people before.
Get a little closer on that mic. Sorry,
My bad.
you're good.
My favorite thing about Charlie is we would hang out, and then the next morning he would text me, "Thanks for hanging out.
Wow,
Thanks for hanging out."
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, nobody else does that.
This day and age, no way.
Nobody does that.
Wow.
And he would personalize, like, thanks for the weed. Thanks for the,
Dope.
like he appreciated that.
Because he came up in the back scenes where people weren't doing that for him, and every now and then, if it did happen, he knew how good it felt. So he was just throwing around those love bombs all over the place. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I love hearing that about him because I really liked him a lot.
He was such a good dude. Like,
yeah,
he would do
that's awesome.
small shit like, a comedy week is Thursday through Sunday.
Right.
So he would come on Thursday and he would buy $200 worth of weed. Friday, $100. Saturday, $100. He smoked weed all the time. But
I'm not mad at that.
Sunday he would be like, "Yo, you good?"
Oh yeah.
And he would just give you
whatever he had left.
Whatever he had left, because he's going to California where it's legal, or he was going to
and he don't want to travel with it.
Jersey, and you don't want to
risk that.
Travel with it,
right?
And so he would just give you just gifts, and you're like, "Oh, thanks, man."
I would have kept a little bag of that.
Yeah.
And not smoked it. Just my little. This is my weed that Charlie Murphy gave me.
Yeah.
And just keep it as like a little gift, or as a little prize or something. You know what I mean? A little trophy.
Oh, for sure.
Of course, then I would have smoked it as soon as I ran out.
Yeah, if I would have known what was gonna happen, I would have.
Oh yeah, of course.
And we kind of had hints, but we didn't know.
Right.
So like we saw him in Kansas City in November, and then I saw him in St. Louis in February. And in February, he was looking a little rougher, a little worse. And he had mentioned he'd stopped drinking alcohol, which was something he wasn't a big drinker, but like he liked to have a drink after and before shows.
Okay.
Jack Daniel's honey, typically.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then he stopped drinking and he stopped eating meat.
Oh, wow, really?
But he still had the Popeyes. Like, it would still come. He just wouldn't eat it.
He just wanted to smell it.
Well, he became a vegan towards the end.
Wow.
And, like, the last conversation we had, he was telling me, like, yeah, I've been drinking a lot of these naked juices because it's, it's easier than making a smoothie.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, let me see one of them bottles. And he showed me the bottle. I'm like, all right, point to me where this says that it's a healthy product.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean?
Is it full of sugar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, show me where it's healthy.
Uh-huh.
He's like, no, it's got like all these fruits. I'm like, right, but the part of the fruit that's healthy is the fiber.
Yep.
And this doesn't have the fiber, but it's got all the sugar.
Yeah.
And I happen to have a Mountain Dew with me.
Oh, wow.
Like Mountain Dew has less sugar.
Really?
Than a naked juice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, your body doesn't know the difference. Your body just reacts to sugar, no matter what form it is.
I'm like, so it sucks the juice, but you got a juice. Like, if that's what you're going for.
Right.
It's like, man, thank you.
Yeah.
And then, like, he texted me a few days later, he's like, thank you for that naked juice tip.
Nice.
I was like, man, that's tight. And then a year later, he was gone.
Yeah.
And then so his manager was a dude named Rich. We saw him in New York first time I went. It was right before he passed. Yeah. And Charlie lived in Jersey. So we're like, hey, is he going to come through this week? And they were like, oh, he's filming Power right now. He's busy. He's super busy. And it's like, that could be true, but
right.
Looking back, it's like he might have just been.
Yeah, BS. Yeah. You need to get going?
No.
Okay. No. I don't want to take up all your time. I don't even. How long we been going here? Hour and a half is all? Hour 40? Something like that? Yeah.
Make sure you plug Sue's stuff.
We can do like 6 more hours. It's not a big deal.
I got nowhere to go.
Yeah. We can just.
Uh-oh. She's got band practice.
Oh, shit.
We're not on my schedule. I do have band practice.
I like how she's like, we're not on my schedule. I do have band practice, so.
So wrap it up, B.
Yeah, she's like, finish up, but take your time.
Right.
Take your time.
Take your time, but
Take your
finish
time,
it up.
but it's like when you used to serve, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know when you're about to, like, you got cut, but then that one
Oh,
table
yeah.
comes in, you're like, I'll take that one table. And
Oh, not me. I was pawning that thing off.
oh, dude, I would take the one table, and then I'd be like, hey, guys, we're closing down soon. And they're like, oh, we're going to be super quick. And then it's
Appetizers,
meal,
drinks.
dessert. Dude, it's like
They're on a first date probably.
Yeah.
They're falling in love. They're talking
shutting the
one-on-one.
restaurant down.
Yep.
It's like, dude.
That's why I pawned them off.
Yeah, no.
If I'm getting cut and someone's coming in, who wants this thing?
Yeah.
Who wants the $5? I want to go home.
Every time it was a bad choice.
Yeah.
To keep those motherfuckers. I don't think I ever made a tip on that table.
That was made worth it?
That made me go, yep.
Glad I stayed around for that.
The only thing I ever did, so when I worked at Red Robin, we never sold a bottle of wine to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the menu. Like, you could sell a bottle of wine.
Right.
Who the fuck wants a bottle of wine with a burger?
Oh, at Red Robin, yeah.
Yeah, so it became this, like, running joke of, like, who's going to do it? And I was like, I'll do it. This couple already had 2 glasses out of it. And there's only like 4 glasses in the bottle of wine anyway.
Right.
And I was like, hey, guys, you know, this looks like a really romantic occasion. Why not finish off the bottle and take it home with you?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I was like, Kenny, get the bottle. Get the bottle.
Nice.
And so that was like my one accomplishment at Red Robin is I sold. They'd been open for like 9 years before I sold the first bottle of wine.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I should put your name up on the board or something.
Should be in the Hall of Fame.
Some kind of plaque at least.
Nowhere.
Liberty plaque, Red Robin.
It's because I quit in such bad terms.
Yeah. I've always gone out pretty, and not always. I'm trying to think of the times I've got fired. I got fired once. I worked at a finish line at a mall in Shreveport in the Hood.
Oh, shit.
I loved it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I loved it, man.
Stayed busy.
Stay busy, and the day the Jordans come out, woo! I mean, the Hood comes out for the Jordans, man. And then that's when you make a lot of money there. You start selling them.
Side
Oh, you don't
hustles.
want to have the shoe. You don't want to have the same Jordans look the same as everyone else. So you start, how about these new laces? You know, get these different colored
Ooh.
laces. And you got to make sure they're clean so you get that spray on stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, and it would just be, I mean, people, the Jordan release day is just on a whole in the
Still
Hood
is.
anyways. I don't know how it's like at like Overland Park or something, but.
Now
and
it's
those-
all online, though.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
The sneakers.
Oh, yeah, malls are done, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
used to go, when I first started doing comedy, I'd walk around a mall.
My brain's still in the 90s sometimes.
And I still do. There's some malls. There's like, every once in a while you'll find a good mall. And what I mean by a good mall is a mall that has shit you don't know about. So
Yeah.
like Cedar Falls, Iowa has a mall. And that mall has nothing but a Hoo Hot. You know what Hoo Hot is? It's a Mongolian barbecue.
Oh, yeah, Hoo Hut. Yeah,
They've got
okay.
a Hoo Hot.
I've seen those. I've never had one.
They've got some other restaurant, some clothing store I'd never heard of, and then a bunch of art from local people in the town.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Just a bunch of weird ass art.
Good
like,
art?
dude. So it's like a combination of like hotel style art, where it's like just a house,
Yeah.
and then like just 2 kids playing, and then like just a demon head, and it's like all in the same place.
I was just going to say, and then you had the artist, like the kid that was wearing trench coats in high school, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
his
like
little
that.
section. Yeah.
His little contribution. And
Right.
They put it all together, and that mall has that, and they have an organ store.
Organ
which is
store?
the most bizarre thing.
What's an
I've-
organ store?
Like an organ.
Like
a-
church organ.
Yeah. but
Piano
it's-
organ.
Yeah, but they're only open for 2 hours on Monday and for 1 hour on Tuesday, and then by appointment. And I'm like, that has to be a mob front. Like, a storefront in a mall is not a cheap proposition.
No?
And couldn't be. I mean,
In Cedar Falls, Iowa?
maybe it is now because malls are dying,
Yeah.
but like, an organ store is so specific. That seems like it'd be a catalog only product. Like,
Yeah.
they have a showroom of organs that's only open 3 hours a week.
Maybe they're a specialty and they're like the only place in the Midwest you can get like a dope organ.
But they're
And
not
people will
even-
say, hey, we will be there.
yeah, they're
when we-
not name brand organs though. They're not.
That's what I'm saying.
Hammonds.
Maybe they're
They might be dope. We were not there on a day to
where they
see
were
them,
open.
and they were not responding to phone calls.
Like
But,
maybe in the Oregon community, that's like Mecca.
that's like the new shit. Maybe.
Like
Maybe.
that's the spot. Like what you don't know about the Cedar Falls Oregon place? Oh
Oregon
shit.
Emporium. I forget
Yeah.
what it's called. Well, we would go and like I've been there twice, and you just look and it's like how how is this sustainable? But then you look at like the margin, and it's like, I guess an organ's like $7,000. So you sell one a month, you make a decent amount of money. Like
I don't know.
I don't know.
How,
I don't know.
You
how
don't
they're
need much
doing
money to live in Cedar Falls, Iowa, I
it.
imagine.
You sure don't.
Yeah.
You sure don't.
Then again, maybe it is a mob front, or a front, or a
it's
cartel front, or
it's
something.
Some sort of stuff. Because think of how much drugs you could put in an organ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the way you're thinking.
All that empty space on the top.
A lot of cocaine up in that
Yeah.
bitch. Hell yeah.
No, me and my buddy were like really thinking it out, and like the weight is so significant of an organ. It's like 400 pounds,
Whoa.
300 pounds maybe.
I'm thinking way more than that.
It could be more than that.
Let's see how. Let's Google up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take advantage of this guy here. Oh yeah.
Lowry organs. There it is.
Haha. Critchett's Lowry Organs.
Yeah.
Cedar Falls, Iowa.
Type how much does a Hammond B3 organ weigh?
How much does a Hammond B3 organ weigh?
Yeah.
Well, you know your shit about some organs.
Yeah, I mean I have a degree in jazz. So
$4,500.
400
$9,000 for that other one.
425 pounds.
425 pounds.
Yeah. So think about how much, you could put some drugs in there and hide that and offset the weight, and you're still only up to like 435.
I mean,
And plus, an organ's an item that goes on a shipping manifest. You're not putting that through UPS. That's not going through the mail. They're definitely doing drugs through this thing.
it seems like
running drugs through this thing.
it seems like there'd be an easier way than shipping. I mean, how much drugs could you actually fit in that organ? I can't
Get
imagine.
100 pounds into that guy, and no, that's an A3. That's not going to be the right model. The second picture, yeah. That's what you're. So
1957 Hammond.
yeah, keep going.
$5,000
Go back to.
plus $900 for shipping.
So those pedal boards down there,
Uh huh.
you can put a little bit back there.
I
That
mean,
bass can be hollowed out. That pedal bass can be hollowed out. You can do that.
you've really thought this thing
I have
through.
an organ at my house,
Okay.
and so I know how much empty space is in it. Keep going. All that you could drill out and put.
Sure. I get it.
Over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. False bottom or something.
Well, because you have to. All that has to be removable anyway, because it's vacuum tubes,
Oh yeah.
and vacuum tubes burn out. Dude, the bench alone is literally a hollow bench.
Yeah.
This can be done.
Well, I mean,
This can be done.
that's an interesting, theory.
That whole back, you pull all that out, take the circuitry out, and just.
Yeah, that it seems like a lot of work.
It's less than you'd think.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, all
that's what I'm
right.
saying. It's
I guess
less
you
than
could.
you'd think.
Yeah, I guess you could stuff that bad boy full of whatever you're smuggling.
You take that bottom paneled out, that gray thing, dude. That's so much room.
Yeah.
That's so much room, and
Nice.
then you're just offsetting that weight.
Jazz, huh?
Yeah.
You got? How'd you get into jazz from? What is it? Did you say Norman, Oklahoma?
Norman, Oklahoma. Jazz started. When did I get interested in that? I got interested in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in New Orleans, and the music kids were nicer to me.
Because they're always kind of nerdy and probably
Yeah.
used to getting picked on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I did that. I went to college for jazz,
Oh yeah.
and then
You sing at all or play like?
I played trumpet.
Okay.
And then one day I was like, hey, no.
Yeah.
I started doing stand up. And then
How'd you get into stand up?
I'd always wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I just never knew how. And
Yeah.
then in college, I was in a frat, and one of my brothers was like, hey, you can just sign up and you can go up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? I'm like, yeah. I thought you used to have to be an actor and then do stand up.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought you had to be in movies and then they would let you do stand up.
Really?
Like I didn't know that you could just do it.
Just do an open mic or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
You just fell in love with it, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's close to love.
Yeah.
It's like love hate, you know?
Really?
Yeah. When it's dry, it's like really dry. It's like, dude, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
But when it's good, it's like, dude, this is all I ever want to do for the rest of my life, you know? Like I've talked about it before. I would get a van and just live in that van and tour the country. Like I don't need to have like a stationary home or anything, you know? I just like seeing the country and meeting crazy people. Like there are people in every city that are convinced that that city is
It's
the
the greatest
dopest city in the fucking country.
Right.
I met a dude in Hutchinson, Kansas who you couldn't tell him that Hutchinson wasn't the coolest place to be.
It's where his family and friends are.
That's where everything he's ever known is.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, if you go 90 minutes in any direction, your life will change.
Yeah.
Like, your life will change.
It's another mentality. It's a completely different mentality, that small town thinking. So like I said, I was hunting recently, and it was in the middle of nowhere. Like, nowhere. And every now and then I could get a little bit of reception. And I was just like, I want to see if there's Tinder up here.
Yeah.
And just see what kind of chicks are on Tinder in BFE. And sure enough, there's a couple on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just swiped right on all of them just to see what kind of hits I would get. I got a hit on a chick that's not too far from here. And this chick I haven't met up with her or anything, but she is a legit freak.
Of course.
And, you know, she's from this small town, and, you know, she has all these things she wants to do, but she can't because everybody knows each other.
Everything that goes on.
Yeah.
See, here's the problem with small towns. My buddy Vince taught me this. There's a hot chick in every small town.
Yeah.
Every small town has at least one hot chick.
Right.
And everybody in that town has lived a significant portion of their life wanting to fuck that chick.
Right.
And so you come into town one night and you get to fuck that chick.
Fuck you.
You've made so many enemies. He was like, you always go for like the third hottest chick in the town.
The one that everyone's had.
No, everyone's had the second hottest chick. Third hottest chick gets neglected.
Yeah.
So you go for the third hottest chick.
And treat her like she's the hottest.
Yeah. You go for the hottest chick, you're asking for problems.
I like problems.
Dude.
Are they worth it? Is the hottest chick worth the problems that come with it?
No. See, so I'm like, as a black dude in some of these towns,
Yeah.
I know that anything can get pinned on me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
shit can just go wrong. And so it's like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've done it. But you have to be cool. You can't do it the way you would normally do it. Like, just end the bar, hey, come back to the hotel, like, blah, blah, blah. You just got to be like, hey, text me, you know, be my friend on Facebook or whatever. And
Right.
you got to, like, pursue it from that angle. 'Cause
Okay.
You can't have people, like, looking at you doing it. 'Cause,
Okay.
You know, it's like a whole thing.
Sure.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole game a game within a game.
It's a game within a game within a game.
Yeah.
And that's why I brought the Xbox, because that's just a game.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can just do that. Or I've got Spider-Man on the PlayStation.
I heard that's the dopest game out right now.
Dude, that thing is so much fucking fun.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that's the game.
Spider-Man on PlayStation. Like, shout out to those guys. Like,
It's Activision or something.
I think it is.
Oh.
And, like, it's got the different suits. And you can just, dude, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Nice.
You feel like Spider-Man. You're, like, flying through New York. And I've been to New York a few times now. So I'm like, oh, I know that place.
Oh, it's legit. It's right up.
It's pretty close.
Oh, sweet.
It's pretty close.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've always
Obviously,
wanted a racing game modeled after Kansas City, just because, you know, that's what I drive the most, and it'd be perfect for it because it's all highways.
There's kind of a game like that. It's called The Crew
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
for PlayStation.
They do. It
4.
goes through KC.
Yeah, it goes through the whole country.
It goes through every city.
Really?
Yeah, you go through the whole country.
The Crew. It's new.
It's not new.
It's
Oh,
not
okay.
super new.
I mean, I've heard of the Crew, but I mean, is there like a new version, like the Crew 4 or whatever, you know?
Crew 2.
Crew 2. But I mean, is it new generation? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Okay,
PS4,
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I remember Okay.
Well, see, the crew is just cars. It's like Crew 2 adds bikes and boats
Okay.
and planes.
Oh, dope.
But you just go coast to coast.
Check this out. He's pulling up the map. L.A.
Yeah, see, that's that off-road trail. It's kind of
Off-road trails, Midwest.
Chicago.
Dakota grassland. Black Hills. That's where I lived. That's a good place to drive. Black Hills. In real life, the Black Hills is a dope place to drive. It's just lots of course, hills. But they're like pretty aggressive, and they're tight hairpin turns up and down. It's gnarly, and there's deer everywhere, giant deer, and all kinds of stuff, man.
See, the thing about the Dakotas,
Oh, yeah.
they need entertainment. I love them.
I can't hear you.
They need entertainment in the Dakota areas.
Oh, yeah?
Like, it's all those oil field guys that just need to be entertained.
Yeah.
They go out there, and they fucking love you.
Yeah. And they got money, too.
They got money to burn. The only problem is there's no chicks.
Yeah, man camps.
Yeah, you go out there, and it's like,
It's North Dakota, right? Yeah.
you meet, like, one woman, and she's got, like, stories. It's like,
And she's a rough woman, too.
yeah.
Right.
She's got, like, my beard.
Right.
It's like, I guess if I was here for, like, 90 more days, that might start to be more appealing. But right now, I think.
Better than the alternative, but barely.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, you could drive right through Kansas City in that game.
That's dope. I'm gonna have to check that out.
I'm pretty sure. Or at least, like, something similar enough, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to make a Grand Theft Auto Kansas City.
No,
Although
of course not. I was just thinking like a racing game would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, the concept of that game is that you drive from one end of the country to the other. So.
Oh, okay.
These are all the things you can drive to.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's
That's
the
like
new one.
I-35 right there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
That's the 35 right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That's dope. Cool. I'm gonna have to check that game out. And then was 10. Was that 10 or whatever they call it? Huh.
But this is the main area you would.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I have to check this game out.
I don't know what area this is though.
That's Cape Girardeau or something like that. So what's next for your comedy stuff? So
Just editing the specials. I got the one, my first album, 30 for 30 for 30, which was 30 minutes on my 30th birthday for my 30 best friends.
you've done that? That's out?
That's out.
How can people find that?
That's on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play. Don't get it on Google Play. They pay me the least.
Oh, you get paid for like how much do you get paid per like how much is it to buy on iTunes?
To buy on iTunes is $10. And
$10 for an album.
I get 6.
And
of
you
that.
wow, is that good? That seems good.
It's not bad.
That seems good.
It's not bad. Yeah. If you buy it on my website, brandoncomedy.com, you get a physical copy. I get all that money.
Yeah.
So big fan of that. But
If you go to my Brendan, if you hit his camera, I've got your Instagram name up top there. Brandon Comedy, right?
that's me.
Okay, so guys, if you're looking at this, top left corner of Brandon here is his Instagram handle.
Yeah, the website is on the Instagram.
Yeah.
You get everything from there.
Heck yeah.
And then the new stuff will come out. My birthday's November 29th.
Oh,
And part of me
31.
thinks, yeah, I should put something out.
31 for 31.
Yeah, well, I did the two.
Oh, there's your 30 for 30. Oh, dope. Look at you. Look at that suit. What was that, some yak?
No, that was, I think it was just bourbon. If you go to the next picture, that one right there, yeah, that's the new cover.
Nice.
So we did 2 covers, the first one over there, and then the second one. That's the new one.
I like it.
Big fan of that cover. Big fan of everything, I did. Big narcissist.
I mean, you got to pimp yourself, and if you believe in yourself, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. That's what I could become. If I keep evolving, I could be that dude.
Who is that dude?
I have no idea. Lamont Price.
I like him.
Shout out to him.
Shout out Lamont Price.
That's me and DL.
Right there. Look at that handsome fella.
That's me again. That's weird.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that's me.
Right. All right. So people just need to check out Brandon Comedy. What's your BrandonPatrick.com?
BrandonComedy.com.
BrandonComedy.com.
Patrick.com is owned by a realtor.
Of course it
in
is.
Nashville.
BrandonComedy.com. Find all of his, or find his last one, all his good stuff. And then that's where we're gonna be able to find your new stuff when it comes out. Hopefully, we'll find it on Netflix. When are you gonna find out about that?
As soon as it's done, I'll probably head into those meetings.
When are you gonna be done?
If we can get the special edited to where I like it by December, then we won't do the reshoot.
Okay.
But if we do the reshoot, then that's going to be December, and then we need to re-edit the whole thing. So
right.
It'll be out. If it's done by December, it'll be out in February.
Okay.
If it's
not done
by
March.
December. So the problem with that is we're doing another part of the show. We're doing like a pilot for a reality show I got.
Okay.
We have to shoot that in the spring when it's not cold.
Okay.
So if we do the reshoot date, then we have to reshoot the pilot, and that's going to be in the spring. So that probably won't come out till the summer.
Nice.
But then I have another album I recorded that same night.
That's a directional mic. You got to keep
shit,
it.
My bad. Totally different material on that. So if the thing that doesn't come out in December, we'll put it out.
Cool.
At some point in the spring.
Yeah.
I just like to have content out because it gets people excited.
That's how you get gigs and stuff.
Yeah,
People know about you.
This album went number 2 on iTunes.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Dope, man.
It was very helpful.
Man. That's awesome, man. I thank you for coming on, man. This has been awesome.
Oh, it's not a problem. You're like 5 blocks from my house.
Really?
Kind of. I live over by Maple Woods.
Okay.
So
dope.
It's just a shot up. Yeah.
Nice. Well, shit, man. We'll have to do this again.
Anytime.
I don't want to take up your manager's time.
Some people have band practice. I'm not going to say
right?
who has band practice.
Someone has band practice.
Some people have band practice, and it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap this bad boy up. Hopefully you guys will check out Brandon Patrick here, Brandon Comedy. Please check him out. This was awesome. I appreciate you coming on, dude. This was cool to meet you.
Man.
Yeah.
Tons of stories.
Yeah, I want to get into more stories for sure. But I thank you again for being here. And if there's anything you want to plug or say, I'm going to let you have the mic, and then we can get on out of here.
Basically just Instagram, Brandon Comedy, Facebook, Brandon Comedy, Twitter, Brandon Comedy, website, Brandon Comedy. I keep it super simple.
Yeah.
If you ever want to know like what dates are coming up, I usually post like a graphic at the beginning of the month.
They're gonna talk. Neanderthals.